little bit. He wanted to go to the boundary with the throw, then scrambled to the field, ended up basically throwing it away. See what they go to here on third down. Josh Downs in the slot is their go-to receiver, the intended target on the last play.
So third and long, first possession for the Tar Heels. Howell pressured, gets out of it. What a great job by Howell to get out of it. But the North Carolina State defense finds their way back. Daniel Joseph was there. Tanner Ingle, the first man there, getting the quarterback pressure and a loss of 5. And the Tar Heels are going to have to punt. We'd like to welcome those of you who just watched UCF in South Florida. UCF gets the win 17-13. Welcome to Carter Finley Stadium here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Roddy Jones, Matt Berry alongside. Tiff Blackman on the sidelines for us. North Carolina got the ball first. They have to punt after Sam Howell was sacked on third and long. So Thayer Thomas deep to receive the punt. Pressure comes, it is blocked. North Carolina State's get a fall on it. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Welcome to the broadcast of the scoop and score for North Carolina State. And what a beginning for the Wolfpack here at home. C.J. Riley got the touchdown after the blocked punt. Happy holidays, that was fun.
That was a heck of a start for the Wolfpack, Matt.
Extra point attempt is good. And North Carolina State, after stopping UNC on defense, their special teams come through, Rod.
Well, off that right side, you see the layout, and then the ball fluttering around. North Carolina State's able to dive on it. Looks like that was Aiden White that came off. Excuse me, Jordan Houston, the running back, comes off and blocks the punt. North Carolina State has been the best complete team, the most complete team in the entire conference. Special teams being a massive part of their game this year. The defense has been excellent with the 3 and out. They had a punt that they blocked for a touchdown against Boston College. Multiple kickoff returns for touchdown this year. Then they start the rivalry game off with one as well.
We saw it last week against Syracuse. You had an offensive touchdown. You had Bam Knight return a kick, and you had a defensive pick 6. You talked to Dave Dorn and this NC State staff. It is an all 3 phases situation for them as they are playing for a lot tonight. So if you just joined us, Sam Howell and North Carolina got the ball first. Wolfpack won the toss, elected to defer, and North Carolina had to punt to begin the game. And with that, welcome in Roddy Jones, Matt Berry alongside, and I don't think that we could transition from one broadcast to another with highlights like that. Sorry if we disappoint you the rest of the way, but what a game for NC State tonight. If they win tonight and Wake Forest loses tomorrow against Boston College, it is the Wolfpack playing for the ACC championship, winning the ACC Atlantic. This is a huge one for them tonight against their rivals.
It is, but you have to put the emotions aside and just go out and execute like they did on that blocked punt, because emotions aren't going to win you the football game. The emotions of a rivalry, the emotions of having your fate in your own hands, you got to put all that aside and go out and play well.
So rough start for Howell in the offense, first possession. This to give to Ty Chandler. Chandler has space around the left side. Here goes Ty, and a big gain on first down. Gain of 23. Josh Downs, the star receiver, had a key block to spring Chandler, and that's how you settle down, Roddy Jones.
Josh Downs had a pancake. Watch as Ty Chandler gets through the hole. You're going to see you're going to see Josh Downs absolutely pancaking Josh Pierre-Louis down the field.
So first down for Howell, the fake to Chandler. Here comes the pressure again. Howell gets out of it again. Going to take a shot downfield and just throw it away. So Corey Durden on the pressure, and Roddy, for the Tar Heels offense, these guys, these 3 stars are going to have to set the table for Mac Brown.
And we've already seen them involved. Sam Howell being a dual threat. Those 700 rush yards have been huge. Ty Chandler running the football over 1,000 yards. And then Josh Downs, 90 receptions. He's had 8 or more receptions in every game this year except for one. He is going to be a massive part of what this offense does.
Offensive line early on has given the Wolfpack some opportunities to get to Howell. Now second down. Howell with time across the middle, 2 downs, loses his feet. Brought down on the play by Joshua Pierre-Louis. Gain of 3.
Josh Downs has been one of the biggest, I don't know if surprise is the right word, but one of the biggest breakout stars of the year this year in the ACC. 90 receptions on the season, 4th most in the country. And he's a threat in the slot. They move him around all over the place, so you can't put one guy on him. You see him in the backfield here next to Sam Howell.
So 3rd and 7 for Howell. Forced out of the pocket. He's forced to throw that away. And another stop for the Wolfpack defense. Devin Van, the pressure. And Roddy, coming into the broadcast, we wanted to watch that Tar Heels offensive line early, and right now the Wolfpack defense able to call some pressure.
Yeah, through blitzes and just rushing their normal 3. But Devin Van did an excellent job of collisioning Josh Downs coming out of the backfield, throwing his route off. All the timing was off, and then he created the pressure on Sam Howell.
Again, Ben Kiernan's punt to open the game was blocked. Thayer Thomas deep to receive. Kiernan able to get that one off. And Thomas is going to call for the fair catch at the 12-yard line. 37-yard punt. We'll see NC State on offense for the first time tonight, because we had this, Roddy Jones. We're going to...
Holding, receiving team, number 27. Penalties half minutes into the goal. 1st down. Timeout.
He's going to save my dramatic toss to the break. I had that thing all queued up, ready to go.
You were halfway there.
Then they threw a flag. Bottom line, fireworks. We're back after this on ESPN. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Prime Time, presented by Ram Trucks. You're watching the ACC on ESPN on the campus of NC State. And a great atmosphere tonight, Carter Finley Stadium. Wolfpack with the ball. After the penalty, half the distance to the goal. It started at the 7-yard line. That is number 7, Bam Knight, with the carry there on 1st down. As we bring out Devin Leary for the first time tonight, Roddy, he has had a remarkable season for this Tim Beck coached offense.
He certainly has, and with all the great quarterbacks in the ACC, Devin Leary's been overshadowed somewhat, but his production's right up there with the best of them. You just look at the numbers this season, the number of touchdown passes in ACC play leads the conference.
We're on record watch, 3 touchdown passes tonight. He ties Phillip Rivers for most of the season in school history. That'll be good enough for a 1st down after a gain of 8. That's Trent Penix who caught that one from Leary.
The big thing you're going to see with this NC State offense is they spread the ball all over the place. You'll see the 2 big receivers, Devin Carter and Emeka Emezi, as well as Thayer Thomas in the slot. But especially as you get down towards the red zone, those tight ends become really big weapons for them.
17 different players have caught a pass this year from Leary. So 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 22. That's Knight off the edge with some space. Bam, Knight lowers his shoulder. Giovanni Bigger's there to lay the hit. Gain of 7.
You're going to see NC State run the ball in a few different ways. One of their favorite run plays is that stretch zone, just like this, especially to the left side behind Ike Ekwonu, big number 79, who on a lot of draft boards has shot up, being a top 20, maybe even top 10 pick. Potentially, he is a fantastic player, and they are really good running the ball behind that left side.
Armel Kiper Jr. said he's got him ranked 17 on his big board of 25 players. Could certainly move up. Knight in the backfield, Leary to throw, has a receiver, caught. 1st down, Thayer Thomas on the reception. Cameron Kelly on the coverage and tackle, gain of 10.
Thayer Thomas is such a good player in the slot, such a big weapon. He's an experienced guy and does a really nice job of feeling out the holes in zone coverage. And if UNC is going to play a lot of zone, Thayer Thomas could have a massive game.
Devin Carter, Emeka Emezi, Rod, those are the stars, but talking with Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator, he likes when Thayer can move around in the slot. He thought defensively tonight that could be one of his games.
Yep.
That's the throw from Thomas. And they're going to rule it incomplete. Trent Penix couldn't bring it down in bounds. We had a feeling Thayer might get to throw one downfield tonight. That may have been his opportunity.
He doesn't have his touchdown pass yet this year. When we talked to Tim Beck, we mentioned it's a hey coach, Thayer doesn't have the touchdown pass, so we're going to see something. You see the pass backwards to Thomas. This is actually into double coverage. And it looked like Penix stepped on the sideline when he brought that down. You can see that right foot. Yeah, good
just
call.
Inches. If you got that smirk from Beck, like, you see him throw it? Well, maybe. Well, the answer is yes. 2nd and 10. Leary again to throw. Plenty of time. Hits Knight out of the backfield. Does a good job making a first defender miss to get something out of nothing. Gain of 3. Tony Grimes knocks him out. That's what it is with Leary. He's been good all year. The coaches have done a great job of working him to be smarter with his decisions and not turn the ball over.
And he has been, and it's going to come down to tackling on plays like that for UNC. That struggled with it at times, but did a nice job there.
So 3rd and 7. Trips down to the bottom of your screen.
Looks like you're going to get one-on-one with Emeka Emezi to the top of the screen. He's lined up against the second-year freshman, sophomore. Depending on how you qualify these guys. Tony Grimes.
I think with COVID, everyone's a senior.
I know. And everyone has eligibility.
Can't keep track. Leary forced out of the pocket, keeps his eyes downfield. He's going to get brought down by the North Carolina defense. They closed on him, and a big stop for the Tar Heels. Tamon Fox brings down Leary, loss of 2. Tar Heels forced the punt.
Well, this is all on the coverage on the back end from the defensive backfield. An excellent job of covering everybody up. And Devin Leary's a little fortunate here. You see him step up in the pocket, and when he starts to scramble, he's got that ball kind of away from his body. A little fortunate not to have fumbled that one and be punting this away.
Number 45, 11 for 45 in North Carolina.
The dangerous Josh Downs deep to receive the punt off Trenton Gill. Flags on the play. There's going to be movement on the Wolfpack.
Ball start. Offense, number 26. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
As Devon Betty.
Mentioned how good the special teams for NC State's been. Trenton Gill's been one of the best punters in the league, if not the country. He's got a big task punting to Josh Downs.
Downs can hurt you in so many ways as Gill gets the punt off. Downs get a fair catch it inside his 15. Takes him all the way back inside the 10. So Gill showing that leg you just talked about, Roddy. Punt of 55 yards. We'll see Sam Howell and the Tar Heels 3rd time tonight. See if they can't get something going.
ESPN, home of the college football playoff semifinals. Friday, December 31st on ESPN. ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram Trucks, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality, and in part by Pizza Hut. Order today at pizzahut.com.
One of the great things about the final weekend of the college football season, Senior Day, spending that moment with your family. Emeka Emezi, the last player to come out the tunnel for the Wolfpack. Some talents acquired here by Dave Dorn, and the seniors able to say goodbye to their home crowd for one more time. That's a big hit. Tanner Ingle on Ty Chandler after a gain of 2.
One thing I can guarantee you we'll see today is number 10 flying around and hitting people. Tanner Ingle throws his body around as well as anybody in the entire conference. Came like a rocket from the secondary. Big collision with Ty Chandler.
Dave Dorn here, 6-0. Wolfpack trying to go undefeated at home for the first time since 1986. Quick look, good job by Ty Chandler, weaving his way through the Wolfpack defense. A gain of 7.
It's a good job by Awesome Richards as well, getting out front, the tackle, and at least throwing, and Mac Brown's got to be somewhat pleased with that. 3rd and short, it's huge for his team. Mac Brown done such a good job accumulating talent on this football team, and while he's quick to say this isn't a disappointing season, we were wrong in the media.
It was us.
It was us. Certainly would love to be above 500 after today.
His line is, we didn't earn the top 10, we were given the top 10. Chandler tried to get him the 1 and earn the first down. He's not going to get it. This Wolfpack defensive front has been all over the North Carolina offensive line, and it is going to be yet another punt for UNC. Devon Betty, the youngster there to lead the tackle.
If you've not watched NC State on defense, they play hard, they fly to the football, and they tackle you. When they hit you, you go down. One of the best tackling teams we've seen all year on film, and you can see it there. And the amazing thing, Matt, they're doing it down 5 starters coming into this game, down a couple more as well.
3 possessions for the Tar Heels, just 1 first down. Kiernan's punt to Thayer Thomas. Thomas going to wait for the fair catch. With that ball at the 37-yard line after a punt of 46. NC State, they got to win to hopefully get into the ACC championship. Up 7-0 midway through the first. This season, along with their contributions to universities' general scholarship funds for every field goal and extra point made, All-State will be donating to the American Red Cross to help with disaster relief efforts. Thank you, All-State. NC State's got the ball at the 36-yard line. Leary, a quick throw. That's going to be enough for a first down for the Wolfpack. It was Emeka Mezzi, first time we've called his name tonight. Gain of 12 for the big wide receiver.
That's just an extension of the run game, too. It's an easy pitch and catch in zone coverage. Devin Leary has been able to complete it. This offense kind of goes as he goes. They haven't been great running the football all season. They've done it in spurts, but it hasn't been the consistent dominant run game maybe we thought it was going to be. So a lot of it's been on the quarterback.
Ricky Person Jr. checks in for the first time tonight. He declared for the NFL draft earlier this week. The fake throw over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Porter Rooks. Giovanni Biggers on the coverage. There's Leary's first incomplete ball play of the night.
And you're starting to see on early downs, UNC bringing an extra guy down into the box. That's what Jay Bateman talked to us about, the defensive coordinator for UNC. He's like, look, we have to be able to stop the run without bringing another safety down. That time they decided to do it, got away with it on the short throw.
Beginning of the broadcast, we had talked about how they like to spread the ball around. 4 different receivers have caught a pass tonight. 2nd and 10, the give to Person Jr., big physical run. Look at Person Jr. carry the Tar Heel defense. Gain of 17. Tamon Fox missed the early tackle, then the rest of the Tar Heels had to pay for it.
Well, when he gets up, if I were Ricky Person, I would be going around asking for fare because they just caught a ticket on the bus. And Ricky Person getting in that pile, being able to drive those legs. It's an excellent job of, number 1, blocking up front, patience by the running back, and then exploding upfield and getting extra yardage.
Dorn said, Person Jr., look, he made the right decision coming back this year. He's gotten better in the areas that he needed to get better. And our Mel Kiper Jr. draft expert says could be a solid number 2 back in the NFL as Leary's going to keep it himself, slide into seconds after a gain of 8. Cameron Kelly there to touch him down.
This is not a big part of Devin Leary's game on the zone read. Doesn't pull it a whole lot. This time he does, tucks it in. It's a good job of Cameron Kelly pulling off at the end of that. Leary with the slide.
Haven't seen Sam Howell run it too much tonight. What you won't see Sam do is what Devin just did, which is slide safe into second. Try to break up the double play.
If we see a slide out of someone wearing a white jersey today, I'd be shocked.
Nice gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Still Person off the left side. That's going to be enough for a Wolfpack first down. Tony Grimes brings him down. Beck told us kind of a hot hand, feel it out between Bam Knight and Person. But Rodman, you've got both of those players in your backfield. That's a good problem to have if you're an offensive coordinator.
It really is. And Ricky Person a little bit more powerful. Bam Knight a little bit more explosive. But you look at the carries coming into this game. Bam Knight 131, Ricky Person 124. Basically split them right down the middle.
Tar Heels bring in 4 fresh bodies on defense. The run to the outside for Person. Does a good job planting that right foot. And Ricky Person Jr. continues to run physically for the Wolfpack. Roddy, you had just said what he brings to this running attack. Gain of 16, and again, you see the power from Person Jr.
And you see that an arm tackle isn't going to bring him down. Giovanni Biggers has a shot on Ricky Person in the hole, but Person sets him up to the outside, slips underneath. The arm tackle not able to bring him down. And then the power. I mean, he's been tough to take down, and while he's up, constantly churning those legs.
3 carries, 40 yards for Person. This team so strong in the red zone this year. 23 of 24 in their last 7 games. And movement up front.
Prior to snap, false start. Offense, number 50. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's Grant Gibson, the center.
Excellent center who is an experienced guy. He's right there in the middle of your screen, number 50. Just a little flinch.
So NC State has the blessing of Emeka Mezi, 6'3", 212. Devin Carter, 6'3", 216. They're built like defensive ends. I'm willing to give up my no fades by the goal line call.
Are you?
Just because of those guys' height. Leary to throw, plants his feet, has a receiver, touchdown, Wolfpack. Trent Penix. Six plays, 55 yards. That the 7th play of the drive. And the Wolfpack, that was an impressive movement of the ball for them, and they're an extra point away from being up 14-0.
It's an absolute laser of a throw, and these tight ends in Tim Beck's offense become such big weapons near the goal line. That time, Trent Penix runs a nice route and is the beneficiary.
Colin Smith on for the extra point. I'm sorry, Christopher Dunn on for the extra point. And his streak continues of never missing a PAT. Watch the ball play again, Roddy. What do you see?
Well, it's just a corner route. Eyes of the safety caught in the backfield. And Penix just slips by him. Trent Penix, a guy that came here as a running back, has excellent skills after the catch, and has really developed at that tight end position, slipping out, getting behind Cameron Kelly, and beating him to the corner.
Saw a little bit of everything out of that Wolfpack offense that drive. You saw Person Jr. physical runs. You saw the tight ends get involved. We saw Emeka Mezi get involved. That's kind of what they've been all year.
Yeah, spreading the ball around. And honestly, when they can run the ball like they did on that drive, they're tough to stop. They're tough enough to stop if you can hold them to a yard or 2 on first down on the ground. But if they're able to pick up 10, 15 yards with these runs, it's going to be a long night for UNC.
So Trenton Gill to kick it off. Ty Chandler, Caleb Hood back for the Tar Heels. No fair catch that one. Get the ball at the 25-yard line as we check in with Tiff Blackman. Tiff?
This UNC team could use a boost, and they need to get it from quarterback Sam Howell when he runs the football. When I talked to his receiver, Josh Downs, he said Sam shows us he's a dog when he's out there running that ball. They love to see him do it, and he said it shows that this guy is willing to put his body on the line for the team. It juices them up, guys.
Tiff, thank you. Sam missed the game last week against Wofford. My guess, more precautionary than anything. Shut him down, get him some rest to come back tonight for Roddy, what we believe will be his final regular season game in a North Carolina uniform.
Yeah, you can never count on these top picks playing in bowl games, so we will see, but you're guaranteed this one, Carolina fans.
British Brooks in the backfield. He makes a nice cut to the left side, and Brooks has some space. There goes British Brooks. Jakeen Harris, the touchdown-saving tackle. That'll get the offense going for a gain of 4.
Well, this is excellent execution on the inside zone play from UNC. The left side collapses it. It's just a power play. The left side collapses it, and Brooks is able to get out into the open field. Good vision on the cutback and excellent speed to get downfield. Tar
Heels have had plays of 23 and a play of 40. Big plays for them, not able to sustain the drive. How to throw quickly, caught. Justin Olsen on the reception. That'll be good enough for a UNC first down.
And at least early in this game, I think those are the throws that UNC needs to go to. These quick timing throws where the offensive line isn't having to protect for a long amount of time. They've had a tough time handling the defensive front. of NC State.
Here comes tempo. Brooks remains in the backfield. Chandler the starter, Brooks the big run. Howell to throw, has time over the middle. It is caught by Downs. And what a remarkable catch out of Downs. First time we've seen him tonight, gain of 13.
And if Sam Howell hits Josh Downs in the numbers, I think he scores a touchdown. But Josh Downs does an excellent job in his routes of using pace, setting up his route to the outside, coming inside. Look at the hands catch by Josh Downs. Absolutely fantastic.
Kid is a walking target.
Yeah, he is.
Phil Longo says, I've got a target sheet for him, and it's going to be heavy.
On the field, it's a completed catch for a first down. That play is under further review.
Our replay official tonight, Mike Shepard, as they'll take another look at the catch by Josh Downs. Tomorrow night, number 10 Oklahoma heads to Stillwater, hoping to climb back into the playoff picture against number 7 Oklahoma State, 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. Oklahoma State already in the Big 12 championship game, sitting there at 7th, Roddy. Oklahoma State's the team you ID as the one that could come up and potentially knock someone out if they were to win out. They got a top 10 game tomorrow against Oklahoma.
Yep.
That's one for the resume if they win. And then the Big 12 championship against Baylor, also a highly ranked team.
They've got a shot. And honestly, the thing that we don't know until the final ranking is how much does the committee weigh that conference championship? That's the variable that you don't have in there until the very last ranking. So we'll see what happens if Oklahoma State's able to win out.
Matt Berry, Roddy Jones, Tiff Blackman.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
It's Jeff Heiser, the official tonight. Great catch by Josh Downs stands.
Yeah, he does bobble it just a little bit, but it looked like he brought it into his body, controls it. I don't know about confirm there. If you want to say it stands because the ground didn't aid him in making the catch, maybe. I'm not sure what they saw to confirm it. It looked like there was a little bit of movement when that ball hit the ground.
It's the holidays. I'm going to say great catch for Downs. Strong hands.
Yep.
Come on, Roddy. Brooks off the right side. Boy, he's given them a boost since they put him in on this drive. Joshua Pierre-Louis brings him down. Gain of 6.
And how about the response drive from UNC? I mean, they needed it. NC State, block punt for a touchdown. Excellent drive down for a touchdown. All the momentum, and honestly, all of the good plays were on NC State's side. UNC's going to put this one in the end zone.
They had 30 yards total offense, 3 possessions before this drive. This is the 4th play, 70 yards in. Still can get a first down. 2nd and 4. Brooks remains in the backfield. Howell's going to keep it. Goes to the left side, lowers his shoulder, and NC State is there, and they are taking their shots. Jakeem Harris on the tackle. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. But you see why the Tar Heels love their quarterback, Sam Howell. He's going to lower his shoulder. He's going to run. We got a battle of the state of North Carolina. And after one, it's Wolfpack up 14-0. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. Start of the second quarter. NC State up 14-0 over their rival UNC. Tar Heels ball, 3rd and 2 at the 3. Can still get a first down. Ty Chandler checks back into the game for North Carolina.
A little bit of confusion for NC State on defense. A lot of conversation happening.
Howell looks to pitch. Going to keep it himself, and he's going to get met immediately. Vi Jones. And this will be the real first decision of the night, Roddy, for Mac Brown. And a loss of 2. That brings it back to 4th and 4.
I think if it had stayed 4th and, or with only 2 yards to get the first down, you go for it. But here, I think it's a little tougher decision. I'm not a big fan of the play call, though. You're trying to get a shovel pass to Ty Chandler out of the backfield. Sam Howell not going to be the running threat to get outside. I would have loved to have seen them try and find something through the air, something that gives Sam Howell the option to throw it as well, and they're going to kick the field goal.
Yeah, they're going to opt for Grayson Atkins to come out and kick a 22-yard attempt to get on the board. The best drive of the night for North Carolina. 6 plays, 70 yards, trying to get 3. Kick is up and good. So, Roddy, the defense did its job. 3rd and 2. Looked like Carolina's going to be able to punch it in for a touchdown. But even more impressive when you consider now 7 starters for this defense out.
Yeah, and the 2 on the left, Peyton Wilson, Isaiah Moore, you see those C's on their chest. Both captains, Peyton Wilson at the will linebacker position, Isaiah Moore at the Mike position. But Cyrus Fagan, a transfer from Florida State, a guy that was expected to start. You saw C.J. Clark, the starting nose tackle, also out in this game. Savion Jackson was out coming in. And then late scratches, Tyler Baker-Williams, their nickel, Devin Boykin, their free safety. It's been quite the job by this defensive staff to put together the year they had.
The Tyler Baker-Williams late scratch was big. He was going to get the Josh Downs assignment. That's not an assignment you want to give to people that don't have experience. North Carolina, as they've done all year, talked to their defensive coordinator before the game. Tony Gibson is like, you've got to be kidding me. Yet another injured player is Bam Knight deep to receive. He's electric on these kick returns. He's going to bang a knee for a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. Time for our award spotlight, brought to you by the Home Depot. Remember to tune in for the Home Depot College Football Awards Thursday, December 9th, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And Ike Ekwonu, talented left tackle, hadn't given up any sacks all year. That'll get you drafted high.
It certainly will, especially when you possess the physical traits that he does. He's incredibly explosive. He almost glides. I mean, I've seen running backs that are more plodding than him when you get out in the open field. He's such a good athlete with his ability to get out in space and block, and he's nasty too. He finishes on every play.
Finalist for the Outland Trophy Award. 1st and 10, ball at the 25. Bam Knight back in. A nice job by the North Carolina linebackers after a gain of 2.
And Matt, you mentioned Ekwonu not giving up a sack at all this year. Having a chance to talk to some NFL guys, the question coming into the season about Ekwonu was his pass blocking. There were some reps in pass protection that weren't up to the standard of a first-round NFL tackle. Tim Beck told him that too. He said, look, here's guys that I've had drafted highly in the past. Here's what they did in practice. Here's what they did in games. And his work ethic has really shot up, just learning how to practice and go about your business.
Said the biggest difference for Icky, practice habits. That's big when it comes to the NFL, is Bam Knight. This kid does a little bit of everything. Giovanni Biggers brings him down. Missed tackle there by Cameron Kelly. You know, Icky, 150 pancakes.
It's a lot of pancakes.
Not the food, the blocking. Look at him here.
Well, this time it's a combo block. Works up to the linebacker and seals Jeremiah Gemmel inside. And I'm telling you, man, every single play with Ike Ekwonu ends with a shove. Sometimes it's the guy he's locked onto. Sometimes he finds work elsewhere and shoves him. He is fun to watch on film.
How much damage do you think he did on Wednesday?
A lot. I mean, that's when they had their Thanksgiving, and I don't even want to try and guess how many plates he went for.
They go to a local Brazilian steakhouse on Wednesday. Give it a day in case there's any lingering food issues. Is Zonovan Knight, Bam Knight stays on his feet. Look at Knight spin around out of the tackle, and a big gain for Bam Knight. 27 yards. Kyler McMichael brings him down. Roddy didn't look like he had to stop and spin. It looked like he had more open field to keep going.
It did. I'm not exactly sure why he decided to, but you see the big cutback lane there is for Bam Knight. He's the more explosive of the two in the backfield. Thought he had a little bit more, but maybe because you have the ball in the inside arm, you don't have it available to stiff arm. So he tries to spin and get a couple extra yards. He and Ricky Person have dominated the early part of this football game.
93 rush yards for the Wolfpack, 47 for Bam, 40 for Ricky Person Jr. Back in Tar Heels territory for the Wolfpack. It is Person back in the backfield. Leary, plenty of time, sets his feet, pass tips. Miles Murphy tips, the pass falls incomplete. Check it with Tiff.
Guys, that last Bam run that we saw, well, his teammate, Emeka Amizi, he told me that, you know, there's so many guys that can make plays for this team, but that Bam is such a big asset for them. He said he just gives them a spark, that he's built different, and he's also really key for them in special teams too, guys.
If you've not seen a Bam Knight kick return, YouTube it.
I would suggest you put that on the Christmas watch list.
It is so nice if you're an offensive coordinator to have a kid like that backing him up by Ricky Person, but somebody you can put on special teams. Put the best athletes on teams and see what happens. North Carolina defense, a good job on Person. Tamon Fox after a gain of 1.
All right, now if you're UNC, you've got NC State in a 3rd and long. These are the situations that you have to be able to get off the field, especially with the ability to run the football. Thayer Thomas becomes huge on 3rd downs, and if they get opportunities with one-on-one on the outside, they like to utilize these big receivers.
Only NC State's 2nd 3rd down of the game. 0 for 1. And a 3rd and 9.
Looks like you're going to get man-to-man coverage with some pressure.
Person splits out of the backfield, top of your screen. Leary looking right, comes back to his left, has to get out of the pocket, and a good job by North Carolina to bring him down. Desmond Evans for no gain. Here comes that North Carolina defense. After the Wolfpack moved down the field and scored a touchdown, they forced a punt.
Well, it's excellent coverage on the back end. They didn't need to cover very long because Tamon Fox was able to get in the backfield, but there's really nowhere to go with the ball quick. You got 2 guys on Devin Carter. And then in the backfield, Tamon Fox able to push the pocket, force Devin Leary up into the waiting arms of Ray Vahasek and Desmond Evans.
Gill to punt, Downs deep to receive, sending at his own 10. It's good special teams out of the Wolfpack. Thayer Thomas there to catch it inside the 10. Punt of 31. Here comes Howell and the UNC Tar Heels when we come back. Matt Berry, Roddy Jones, Tip Blackman back with you. 14-3 NC State. This in-state rivalry, big game for the Wolfpack tonight. They need to win tonight, Rod. They need a Wake Forest loss tomorrow against Boston College. If that scenario happens, Wolfpack win the Atlantic. They'll play Pitt in the ACC championship game, but it starts tonight. If they can beat Mac Brown and UNC, Ty Chandler back in the backfield and immediately tackled by the Wolfpack defense. Field position's been a big thing for UNC tonight. Average field position's been at the 19-yard line. They got a flag on the play.
It's way downfield. You had Antoine Green and Chris Ingram going at it. Let's see what the call is. I mean, it had nothing to do with the play, so it's got to be extracurriculars.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 3. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
That's on Antoine Green. And you mentioned nowhere near the play. That was 20 yards downfield.
On a play that went for no gain. And those are the types of things that can creep into a rivalry game if you're not careful, if you're not disciplined, if you're not on top of it. And North Carolina, the first one to succumb to one of those personal foul penalties, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Took till 10 minutes in the second for that to happen. Mac Brown pulls Green off the field. Chandler in the backfield, ball now spotted back at the UNC 4. This is a big spot for that offensive line.
Absolutely is.
The fake to Chandler, trying to go across the middle, and that somehow got in there. What a play. Josh Downs on the reception. Roddy, that thing was muddy from the get-go, and they executed for a gain of 8.
I have no idea how that got through all the hands, but it did. It's great delivery by Sam Howell, just a jailbreak screen to Josh Downs. Not sure how he didn't get tackled, and then he's able to maneuver and get a pretty good gain. And NC State fortunate because he was one step away from taking that to the house.
So Josh Downs with that reception passes Hakeem Nicks for most receiving yards in a season for North Carolina. 3rd and 7 for Howell. Across the middle to Downs again. And Jakeem Harris was ready for it. Tar Heels forced to punt.
It's a great job of rallying to the football by this NC State defense. Sam Howell with the good delivery, but it's short. And then Josh Downs, I think he's trying to stop and get underneath the hit. Jakeem Harris, feet go out from underneath him, ends up on the ground.
Yeah, that hit was coming.
It certainly was.
And I'm not sure if they're not going to take a look at it.
I don't know how this This would be targeting. I mean, you have to have forcible contact, and I don't think there was any sort of contact that was forcible.
Is under further review. Potential targeting.
Yeah, when they flashed that replay, Rod, that was the first thing that came to my mind. So we're going to step aside while they take a look at it. 4th down, UNC. All right, so the official Jeff Heiser came out and said the potential targeting is confirmed. Got a huge boo from the crowd. Keyword there was potential. And he came back on the mic and said there is no targeting.
And I think that's the view that made them go and review it. But if you watch here, Jakeem Harris completely whiffs on the tackle. Now, I'm not going to say he would not have committed targeting if it weren't for Josh Downs getting out of the way. But
chalk one up for the football people.
Yeah, well, not even for the football people. This is
for the who?
For America.
Okay, well, America's football people. Ben Kieran into punt. Thayer taught. Oh, it's blocked again. But UNC is going to recover the blocked punt. The Wolfpack blocked the punt for the 2nd time tonight. Garrett Walston recovered the punt. Vi Jones was the one that got to it and blocked it.
Well, they came after this one. Vi Jones this time coming off the left side, and unlucky for NC State that it bounces right to the tight end, Garrett Walston, who's Johnny on the spot getting the 1st down. But if you're UNC, you have to figure this out. NC State, but we're not even through 2 quarters of this game, and they blocked 2 punts already. You just got lucky on the 2nd one that it didn't bounce the other way.
That's the ball bouncing your way. Correct. So North Carolina takes advantage, gets the 1st down, ball to 30. What can they do with it? British Brooks back in the backfield, provided a spark for UNC last time. How to throw, pressured and sacked again. This NC State defensive front is having a ball game. That was Jalen Scott, loss of 8.
You're going to see Jalen Scott on the right side of your screen. He's just going to come underneath the left tackle, Awesome Richards. He sets him up on the outside. Not even that good a move to the outside, just slips underneath him. Richards opens up the front door. And Jalen Scott explodes through it.
Special teams having a hard time blocking. Offensive line having a hard time blocking. Howell keeps it himself, does a good job through the traffic. Corey Durden brings him down in a gain of 5.
The way this game feels, Matt, it feels like UNC is lucky to only be down 14-3.
It's teetering.
It really is.
It's teetering.
And they are hanging on being in this game. Because with the exception of the 1 offensive drive from UNC, everything has gone NC State's way.
Run a 23, and then British Brooks gave them 40. They weren't able to capitalize down near the goal line. Had to settle for the field goal. Howell the slip screen. Finds his guy Downs. Get the ball to Downs, you should be okay. He's going to be well short of the 1st down after a gain of 6. And remember, UNC got the ball back after a fortuitous bounce off a blocked punt.
And that's the call of an offensive coordinator, that jailbreak screen right there, of an offensive coordinator that has 0 faith in his offensive line to protect his quarterback.
Yeah, well, how much confidence is Ben Kieran now going to have punting? He's had 2 of them hit.
Well, you have to go max protection from here on. You have to. And it looks like they're going to. You've got no gunners out, tight formation.
Thayer Thomas deep to receive. Kiernan cleanly gets that one off. Thayer's going to let it bounce out of bounds at around the 35-yard line. So not much going in the way of UNC. Here comes Devin Leary and the Wolfpack when we come back. Don't you just love college football rivalries? UNC and State Phil Longo over there talking to his quarterback, Sam Howell. Rough start for the Tar Heels offense. Unable to really sustain any drive as Ricky Person in for the Wolfpack at a gain of 7. Right, total yards-wise, it's not that big of a disparity. It's 144 to 132, but it's about execution and finishing the drive if you're UNC.
Yeah, and for UNC, they've really been dominated up front. I mean, the offensive line has not been able to protect Sam Howell. There have not been lanes consistently, whereas on the other side, this NC State offensive line has done a nice job, especially when the ball's on the ground.
Leary checks the play at the line, gives it to Person off the left side. Good job by Carolina. Jeremiah Gimmel, first time we've called his name tonight, no gain.
Tackled by number 44.
Seemed like UNC anticipated the fact that they were going to run to that left side of the offensive line behind Ike Ekwonu. A lot of bodies over there. Now you've got a 3rd and short. They were able to stop NC State on the last 3rd down. That was a 3rd and long. Got pressure on Devin Leary to do it too. Pressure, though, coming off the right side of that NC State offensive line, though.
0 for 2 on 3rd down tonight. 3 yards here. Leary going to keep it after faking it to Person over the middle, and it's dropped. Emeka Emezi had it right on him. Ball play was on. He can't convert. Tar Heels force another punt.
Emezi on that over route with the bootleg. Devin Leary makes a good throw, just goes through the hands of 86, who's been so good for them throughout the season.
Number 11 is now 45. 11
this has been something that's crept into the NC State receiver room, though. Off the fingertips, and NC State's got a punt. So it looks like the key for Carolina is just getting NC State to 3rd down, because now 3 3rd downs, they've been able to stop them every time.
Even though Emezi wide open.
Yeah, well, you know.
Get a drop.
The stat sheet doesn't give all those details.
That's correct. A par is a par on the card. Doesn't matter if you scold one and chipped one in. Josh Downs gonna let that punt. Speaking of golf, looks like one of my 9 irons. Nice little check. Get yourself the ball at the 22-yard punt. We're back after this. Kevin Connors can't wait for that Steve Oling produced halftime report. I'm just trying to figure out how you got Palmer to work on the Friday after Thanksgiving. As Sam Howell is going to take a shot. That's going to be a flag 365 days a year. Derek Pitts on the coverage. Antoine Green forcing the PI.
Pass interference. Defense, number 24. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And Derek Pitts has the arm of Antoine Green down the field. Green actually ends up pulling down Pitts at the end of it. But as you said, that's a flag every single time. And a chunk play via the penalty, but a chunk play to start this UNC drive. This UNC offense has gone 3 and out basically every drive except for the field goal drive. And that last one, it doesn't count as a 3 and out, but it was basically 2 3 and outs with the block punt and then the first.
We had to go deep into the book.
We did.
Because that never happens. So what can North Carolina do with it? Ty Chandler back in the backfield, ball just over into NC State territory. 1st and 10, ball at the 49. Howell to throw again. Gonna look deep again. Looking at Green again. This one is caught. Incomplete, he dropped it. He dropped it. Derek Pitts again on the coverage, and that looked like a touchdown UNC.
It was a touchdown. I mean, Green does a nice job. It looked like Pitts was at the safety position this time. Comes over, tries to cover him. The ball's underthrown. Green comes back to the football, and it just goes right through the wickets between his elbows, into his lap, and onto the ground. Once again, that battle between Pitts and Green down the field doesn't come up for anything for UNC.
Missed opportunity for the Tar Heels there as British Brooks back in the backfield.
The biggest thing on those two throws, though, Matt, Sam Howell had time.
There you go.
And that's an encouraging sign for UNC. The ability to protect him has not been there consistently during this game. And it's going to be huge on this third down as well. It seemed like every time he's dropped back to pass, he has not had the time to find his receiver.
Carolina 0 for 6 on third downs tonight. Under 3:50 here in the first half. Wolfpack showing pressure. Play clock down to 2, down to 1. Snap off, Howell over the middle, and it is caught by Kamari Morales, and it's going to be a 4th and short, gain of 6.
And I think you go for it if you're UNC. Your defense has actually settled into this game, stopping NC State. It was a late blitz from Tanner Ingle that forced him to get the ball out quick.
Here comes tempo. Mac's going to go for it here. 4th and 1. North Carolina, all 3 timeouts. Wolfpack going to use one of theirs. They have all 3 as well.
Timeout. NC State. 30 seconds.
And Roddy, this is a point of the game here. Haven't been able to get anything going. It's 14-3. You've got a couple of big chunk plays by a penalty. If you're North Carolina with 3:08 left in the half, you have to get something going.
And NC State gets the ball first in the second half, too. So you'd love to at least close the gap a little bit. An opportunity to stop them before halftime.
All right, time now to check out tonight's powerful plays brought to you by Duracell. And one of the stories with the Wolfpack, not just tonight for the entire season, the injuries, but they're still playing at a high level.
They certainly are. And the front 7, really the front 6 for NC State in this 3-3-5 have been fantastic. Tanner Ingle has been great coming out of the secondary. He's sort of that 7th that pops in there. But the defensive line, the linebackers all working in tandem has been a big story throughout the season. And their ability to get pressure on Sam Howell, dominate that offensive line, has been the big story.
So 4th and 1. Howell splits out of the backfield. Brooks now taking the snap. Patiently waits. And he's still going. What an effort by British Brooks. No whistle, no forward progress, Roddy, just a gain of 16 and a huge play for Carolina.
The initial hit, I was questioning whether or not he was going to have it, but British Brooks able to get through the tackle. Looks like if Davin Van, who had him, he gets a little bit of help from Jordan Tucker.
A little bit?
Then, yeah, a lot of bit of help. He pulled his running back out of there. Looks like Davin Van's down on the play too, but watch Jordan Tucker. Come on, man, let's keep rolling.
I mean, that is incredible. Jordan Tucker grabbed Brooks. He's like, we're not done yet.
We're going to keep going now.
Again, Van, the injured player for the Wolfpack. It's the last thing they need to see is another one of their defensive players down on the field.
They've been able to roll a lot of these guys on the defensive line this year, somewhat out of necessity. But Davin Van, the second-year freshman, has done so well at that defensive end position, filling in for Savion Jackson when he went out.
What a great weekend of football, starting with college, and then this week on Sunday, NFL Countdown. Patriots rookie quarterback Mac Jones sits down to share the story of his journey to the NFL. Plus, Sam and the guys are going to rank the top plays from this week's Turkey Bowls being played across the country. Kick off your Sunday with Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. So 1st and 10 after the remarkable play by British Brooks on 4th down. Can Carolina capitalize? Howell to throw. Arm hit. Ball hangs. Did he catch that? He did. That is a reception. Unbelievable concentration by Morales. And Roddy, a ball that they're lucky didn't get picked off.
It looked like a punt when it came out of Sam Howell's hand because it got hit in the act of throwing. Morales, with the only guy with his eyes on the football. The 2 NC State defenders had their backs turned. Looks like they're coming around the edge. It's Daniel Joseph able to get his hand on the football. But Carolina getting some fortunate bounces in this game. Not a fortunate pass.
So First and goal for the Tar Heels. Ball at the 4. Can they capitalize this time? Last time they couldn't punch it in. Howell gonna fake. Looks like he's gonna keep it himself. Sam Howell in for a touchdown for North Carolina. Kamari Morales provided the key block after the key catch. We've seen this out of the Tar Heels before. They hang around, they fight back. They finally scored touchdown, an extra point away from it being 14-10.
The decision by Mac Brown to go for it on that 4th down, British Brooks, and with help from Jordan Tucker, end up coming through for him and then being able to punch the ball in the end zone. Now it's going to be on this defense to get a stop before half, but this Carolina offense found something on that drive.
Grayson Atkins in for the extra point. 6 plays, 62 yards. And we called the North Carolina-Pittsburgh game. It was 17-0 in that one, Roddy, and they stayed with it, able to fight their way back. But what a ball play here by Sam Howell in the offense.
And watch the field by Kamari Morales, who goes across the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be a receiver, looks and says, oh, nope, Sam's going to run it. I'm going to turn into a blocker, and he throws the key block on the play. That after he catches the wounded duck in the air from Sam Howell. Morales coming up big on that drive. Started with the pass interference. You got a little bit of help from the run game. Sam Howell on the edge, a big threat down inside the 10.
So we're typically the Thursday night football crew, so we're accustomed to weird stuff happening on Thursdays. But just to recap the weirdness on the Friday after Thanksgiving, we came onto the broadcast, block, punt, touchdown, NC State. We've had another punt blocked, but advanced for a first down by North Carolina.
Right.
We had a ball, look like a wounded duck off a tipped arm, get caught that led to a touchdown for North Carolina that got him back in the game.
It's got to be one of the stranger stats of the season. NC State has blocked 2 punts in this game and is up 4 points going into halftime.
Wonder if that guy named Elias knows anything about that.
I think certainly.
Oh, we're going to see Bam Knight return it. Here comes Donovan Knight. And he ran right into the middle of the coverage, takes it out just past the 20. As Cameron Roseman Sinclair brings him down as we begin a big weekend of college football. Had the Egg Bowl last night, full slate of games today, and then tomorrow, a whole lot at stake. Roddy, ignore Georgia Tech, noon Eastern ABC. I don't want to talk to you about that one.
Thank you.
I need you to concentrate for the rest of the broadcast.
Appreciate that. Texas
A&M, LSU. I'm keeping my eye on Bedlam down there. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State.
Bedlam's certainly the biggest one, but that Texas A&M LSU game is intriguing. Ed Ogeron's last game in Tiger Stadium, needing a win for bowl eligibility. Can LSU get another game for Coach O?
And the game of the coaching extensions between Penn State and Michigan State, by my math, there's probably $180 million in extension money.
You might be shortchanging that.
That and about 25 years of coaching security as Thayer Thomas makes the catch for a gain of 9. Tony Grimes brings him down.
Gain of 9.
And a good pickup on first down. A lot of times, once you get those first downs and these 2-minute drives, really get you going. Wolfpack with 2 timeouts, taking their time here.
2nd and 1. It was a first completion of the second for Leary. Give to Bam Knight. He'll comfortably get the first down. Miles Murphy brings him down. So you'd mentioned it. Clock at about minute 20. 2 timeouts for NC State. No need to rush. Just stay in your offense.
And we haven't seen NC State take a shot to these big receivers, Emezi or Carter, downfield yet.
Devin Carter yet to get a target. Movement. And of all the, you can add Devin Carter, no targets to the weird list.
False start. Offense. Number 50. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So we've seen that out of Grant Gibson twice tonight. What's he doing down there?
It looks like he's just getting a little antsy. Either that or before he's actually ready to snap the ball, he changes his mind and has a little flinch there. And almost like he decides to snap it, then rethinks it and decides not to.
Leary pressured, able to get out of there, finds Bam Knight over the middle of the field in a big play. Here goes Donovan. Great job by Leary to avoid the rush. Gain of 38. Now the Wolfpacker in business still with 2 timeouts.
It almost looked like they were trying to set up a slip screen to Bam Knight, who just felt the pressure on the outside, cut back towards the inside. Leary found him. You see Grant Gibson getting out front like it's going to be some sort of screen, but Bam Knight feels that there's a defender there, comes back inside like an angle, and once he gets in open space, he's as dangerous as there is in the country. Bam Knight with the spark play. Tiff told us earlier, I mean, he's the guy that gives this offense the spark, a massive play.
He's that one play, big play. If he does it on special teams, a kick return, he can do it out of the backfield. He was a special player. He was one of those tonight we were keeping an eye on for NC State. Again, if you're just joining us, NC State a win tonight. They get to sit and watch college football tomorrow. Cheer for Boston College to beat Wake Forest. If that happens, NC State wins the Atlantic. They play Pitt in the ACC Championship.
You think they'll have BC gear shipped down here so they can root for the Eagles properly?
I doubt it. So much at stake for Dave Dorn tonight. Leary again, pressure. This time North Carolina gets to him. Cedric Gray started it. Tamon Fox cleaned it up. North Carolina State's going to have to use another timeout. It'll be their final timeout of the first half.
It's a delayed blitz up the middle by Cedric Gray. Just a really good feel as it opens up. He's going to start there on the right side of your screen and come inside on a little twist. Opens up, comes right up the middle. Absolutely crushes Devin Leary in the backfield. And it's big there that they had to use their timeout.
Yeah.
Now you've got to work the sidelines or get up and spike it. I mean, yeah, heck of a field goal from here. So you're going to have to get, I don't know, probably 10 yards to get in comfortable field goal range.
That was a loss at 9 there. And remember, next Sunday, December 5th, the exclusive reveal of the final college football playoff rankings. Who's going to be in the top 4 plus Reese and the guys break it all down noon Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. That's the one that you can officially yell about.
Yes. Oh, you're giving us permission?
Yeah, other ones are just, they're good TV. That one stands. So if you're mad at that one, yell away. 2nd and 19, no timeouts left for NC State. Leary's got to take a shot, goes downfield. There's some hand movement by both players. Emeka Mezi, the intended receiver, it's going to fall incomplete. Brings up a 3rd and 19.
Jay Bateman felt good about his outside corners against these big receivers for NC State. I mean, they've got big, long corners. Tony Grimes was on the coverage there. He's 6'1". On the other side, you've got either Storm Duck, it's basically 6'1", or Don Chapman, or Kyler McMichael, kind of in that same 6-foot-plus range.
So 0 for 3 on 3rd down. Leary's got to work the boundary, get this out of bounds, gets it to Knight, makes a cut. So he keeps it in bounds. Jeremiah Gimble brings it down. So NC State's going to have to hustle, get the special teams out there, clock it, see if they can't get an opportunity for Christopher Dunn.
They're not going to be able to clock it. They just got to kick it.
Clock it, my fault. So a 50-yard attempt. It's all hustle now. Kick on the way, and that's going to be short. So the 4th down attempt, rushing out there as the clock was running.
You practice it every week in practice, where you're down in the middle of the field. You have to go that NASCAR field goal team, run it out. You hope your kicker's able to mentally prepare. Chris Dunn, this one never had a shot, and it's another stop by this UNC defense. You know, we talked about all the momentum being on NC State's side. This UNC defense has sort of slowly settled into this ball game. They've given up some yardage, but come up with some big stops and really held them into this game. A game that feels like it should be a lot more tilted towards the Wolfpack.
14-3, North Carolina wasn't able to do anything.
Right.
And here they've done it again. They fought their way back. I would imagine Mac obviously is going to get in that formation content with their fight back. We've seen them be a second-half team. Sam Howell's going to take the knee. We've got an entertaining first half here. NC State up 14-10, but here come the Tar Heels.
Yeah, and they've been able to block them up front, which has been a big thing. I think in the locker room, though, if you're North Carolina, you're talking about how to block on the punt team. For NC State, it's really finishing drives on the offensive side of the ball.
All right, let's check in with Tiff. Tiff?
Coach Doran, UNC kind of crept back into this game just before the half. What do you guys need to do distancing yourself?
Well, they only got 10 points. We need to score a little bit more. Need to stay on the field on 3rd down. we've done some good things in this game. We just don't have enough points for it right now. So we just got to keep playing like we are, finish some drives with some touchdowns.
Defensively, you guys have done a nice job up until the Sam Howell touchdown run. What was working for you?
We were tackling well, you know, and then it got some runs on us there. We missed some tackles. It took some shots. We got a pass interference. So, like I said, you hold them to 10 points and a half. That's pretty good, you know. We just got to score a little bit more.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
All right, entertaining first half, 14-10, North Carolina State. Time now for the Peloton halftime report. Kevin Connors, Jesse Palmer, and Sam Acho. Guys, take it away.
From nothing to something like it's nothing, yeah, you know I done it, that is no discussion.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football presented by Ram Trucks. What a game we have tonight. You're watching the ACC on ESPN, the battle for the state of North Carolina. North Carolina and NC State 14-10. Roddy Jones and Matt Berry back with you. I think the best way to describe what we saw in the first half was different.
Yeah.
But we've got ourselves a football game because much like we've seen out of the Tar Heels in the past, they get down, they climb their way back in this one.
Yeah, and I think the story for UNC is they survived that early wave from NC State on the road. For NC State, you're going to look at the missed opportunities. I mean, you blocked 2 punts, and you're only up by 4 points coming out of halftime. So we'll see what we get in the second half.
We've mentioned it. NC State has everything to play for tonight. Not only to beat their rival, but if they win tonight and Wake Forest loses tomorrow, they can play for the ACC championship game against Pitt. So NC State deferred. They get the ball to start the second half. Zonovan Knight on the run. He's excited with the kick returns, but Bam taken at the 25-yard line. Just coming out of the half, Tiff Blackman caught up with Mac Brown a moment ago.
Coach Brown, your team seemed to gain some momentum going into half. What did you say to them to ensure that they keep it?
Tiffany, when you go on the road, and we've been on the road 3 of the last 4 games, and they've all been ranked teams, there's a surge, there's a certain energy. This is senior night, so give NC State credit. They came out with a lot of energy and played really, really well. Give our guys credit, they fought back. They took momentum going into halftime. So what we've got to do now is settle down and play. We left points on the board. We didn't make a 3rd and 1. We didn't make a 3rd and 2. We took field goals instead of touchdowns. We can't do that here. We dropped a touchdown pass. So we got a lot of things that we did well, but we got to clean up our punt. One guy that's been good all year decided to miss them. So we think we've got that corrected. So we're starting over. We got an even game with a really good team on national TV. That's a rival game. So we'll see. But our guys are having fun, so they'll compete.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Mac Brown and North Carolina have yet to win a game on the road this year. 0 for 4, this their 5th. Ricky Person, during the interview, picked up 5 for the Wolfpack. Ball now at the 30. Leary pulls it on 2nd down. And a shot to Emeka Emezi. Tony Grimes forces him out. It'll be a 1st down Wolfpack.
It's the first time we've seen one of those easy access throws, just a little out with off coverage that Emezi's able to work, and Devin Leary with an easy completion, easy 1st down to get him going.
I'm still shocked we haven't seen anything out of Devin Carter. Not one target.
Correct. And we really haven't seen any shots of these big receivers downfield. I mean, they've been so good back shoulder jump balls over the course of the season. None so far from NC State.
Emezi, 2 receptions, 18 yards. So run up the middle. Good job by North Carolina's defense. Miles Murphy, Cedric Gray team up, no gain. So give me a second half key for the North Carolina defense.
Stopping the run is going to be huge, because when they've been able to do that, they've been able to get some pressure on Devin Leary and force NC State's offense off the field. So really, it's just more of the same. They started stopping the run. They were able to force Leary off this spot on 3rd downs, and it got him off the field.
They're up 14-10. They've lost this game 2 years in a row to the Tar Heels. Here Leary rolls to his left, sets his feet, has time, checks it down. Dylan Parham on the reception and a gain of 3.
It's a good job of just hanging in there by Devin Leary. He kept waiting and waiting for the defender to commit to him. And when he eventually did, he dishes the ball out. Good job of patience. Tip talked about the poise that Devin Leary shows earlier in the game. You saw it on that play.
But you bring it up. We have not seen the deep shots perhaps we thought out of this NC State offense with those talented receivers. North Carolina doing a good job keeping them in front of them. And now 3rd and 7. Person in the backfield. Leary to throw. Quick shot over the middle. That'll be enough for a first down, NC State. Trent Penix on the reception. Cedric Gray brings him down after a gain of 8.
Love them going to Trent Penix in that situation. You throw it about a yard short of the first down marker, and Penix, at almost 240 pounds, just able to lean forward and get the first down. That, as you saw a second ago, the first 3rd down conversion we've seen from either team today.
So Person remains in the backfield. He starts back there for the Wolfpack to begin the 3rd quarter. Ball at the 47. Pressure comes. Can't get out of it. Leary sacked by Gemmel. Time and time again, this Jay Bateman defense finds their footing, and that's a loss of 9.
They dialed up a blitz that got Jeremiah Gemmel and Chris Collins free to the right side of Devin Leary. Ricky Person was caught in between. He had 2 guys coming, had to pick one of them. Either way, you pick wrong because the other one's got a free shot on the quarterback, and Gemmel's able to bring down Leary.
There were more numbers on defense than there were blockers on offense. And now early on, when the NC State defense was getting to Sam Howell, Tar Heels now have 3 sacks on Leary. So 2nd and 19. Leary to throw again. Clean pocket dropped. Intended for Penix. So now 3rd and long. Opening possession in the 3rd quarter. What a stop this would be for the Tar Heels.
I think this is a good throw by Devin Leary. He's trying to throw Penix right between those 2 defenders, trying not to run him into Cedric Gray. It's a tough catch for a tight end to flip his hips and make this catch. But it's certainly one that in a rivalry game you'd love to see him make. That is a tough grab, though, over the middle.
What an opportunity this would be for Carolina to start the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 19. Back off the pressure. Leary all day, gonna pop it out to Person to the left side. He's gonna try to make a cut. Nothing to it. Ball comes loose. Carolina has it. Cedric Gray comes up with it. And they held Ricky Person up just enough. And how about that to start the 3rd quarter? Cedric Gray comes up with the loose ball. Sam Howell and the Tar Heels are in business.
Well, I was impressed enough by UNC's ability to rally to Ricky Person and look like they were going to just bring him down, but Jeremiah Gemmel's able to get that arm in, spins around, clearly rips it out before Ricky Person's on the ground. A huge momentum play. It seemed like every play like this had gone NC State's way so far, but now UNC with great field position.
Gemmel the force, Gray the recovery. Ball now at the 39-yard line. Check that 24-yard line. Howell. That's British Brooks. Tell you what, this kid has stepped up with his opportunity. DJ Jones is out tonight with an injury, a lower leg injury, and British Brooks is taking advantage.
Yeah, we've seen more of British Brooks here the second half of the first half, really in that 2nd quarter, and now in the second half, then we have a Ty Chandler. He almost gets out of the tackle by Derek Pitts.
Brooks 5 carries, 90 yards, leads the way for North Carolina. It's Brooks again. He's going to take it right up the middle. Wolfpack there led by Drake Thomas. It'll be enough for a first down.
I like the decision by Carolina with great field position not to go with the shot play after the sudden change. A couple of runs to get him closer to that end zone. Positive plays.
Brooks has 92 yards tonight. He's had 99 all season. Howell is going to be brought down immediately by Daniel Joseph. And we see this all the time in rivalry games. There are guys that step up that you least expect. And right now for the Tar Heels, it's British Brooks.
I think I might have been one of those guys back in the day in a rivalry game.
Were you really?
That you didn't expect.
Let's get tape.
It's a time. Look, rivalry games are a time where you can etch your name in the history books. And British Brooks has done a nice job so far in this game. Now wins certainly help with that as well.
2nd and 10. Brooks the fake, slip screen to Downs. You're lucky that didn't get picked off. That went right through their hands, and Joshua Pierre-Louis was just hanging out right there.
This is the third time they've gone to that jailbreak screen, and every time they've gone to it, I think UNC fans are holding their breath. I mean, Daniel Joseph kind of has a shot. It goes through the hands of Downs downfield. They're lucky it ends up on the ground. Bounced off an offensive lineman, now 3rd and 10. Kieran Johnson had it go off of him. Big play for Carolina. Howell pressured, keeps it himself, keeps his feet. There goes Sam Howell. North Carolina takes the lead. Time and time again. Time and time again, this Tar Heels quarterback has put his offense on his back, and Roddy Jones 12 yards, and the Tar Heels have battled all the way back after Sam Howell breaks through the Tanner Ingle and Shaquille Harris tackles. In these situations, quarterback draw has been so big for them throughout the season. Avoided a defender in the backfield, made a cut, and then the leap into the end zone, leaving it all out there. What a story we have developing here in Raleigh. The extra point attempt is good. NC State started with the ball. Carolina recovers the fumble, and it sets up a huge turn of events with UNC taking the lead. It absolutely does. You turn defense into offense. The all-star quarterback laying it all out there to get in the end zone. Jeremiah Gemmel forces the turnover that leads to the touchdown. 17 unanswered points for the North Carolina Tar Heels. And they have taken a 17-14 lead over the home team, NC State. Bam Knight can change that with run return. He's going to field it. Looks like they set up the fake. No one bites. Here goes Zonovan up the middle. And he's going to take it just past the 25-yard line as we check it with Tiff Blackman. Tiff?
Guys, I watched co-defensive coordinator for UNC, Tommy Thigpen. He's also the linebackers coach. Go over there and hype up Gemmel after he forced that fumble. When I talked to Gemmel this week, he said they've got a competition amongst the defense for takeaways. He also said we haven't forced that many fumbles this year. He's got to be happy with that play tonight, guys.
I would imagine he is happy, Tiff. And Roddy and I have talked about it throughout the broadcast. This is the same book that we saw against Pitt. Yeah. They were down 17-0 in that one and fought their way back in a game that they lost in overtime that Mac thought that they should have won. But here they were down 14-3, 17 unanswered points. And now it's Leary's turn. Ricky Person in the backfield. Quick throw, first down, incomplete. Intended for Porter Rooks. Tony Grimes able to knock it away. Second half, a couple of these throws just a little bit off. This one behind Porter Rooks. There's a big hit after it. It's a tough one to reel in when you got Tony Grimes bearing down on you. NC State's got to do something. Get this crowd back into it. Get the momentum back on your side. Feel good about it. Seems as if they've abandoned the run early in the second half. Person was getting it going. Knight was getting it going in the first half. Well, UNC stopped it on the first couple of plays in the second half and then kind of gone away from it. They're going to throw again. Leary the quick out. That pass is tipped. Kevin Hester. Jay Bateman's unit is playing football now, 3rd and long for Carolina. And it's great coverage downfield. You just get 4 verticals. But if you're not able to get to the quarterback, get your hands up in the air. It's a great job by Kevin Hester. Again, 3rd and long, where NC State's had a tough time today. Can you read that playboard? I couldn't. No. You don't know what play that was? I don't know what the pictures mean, but let me see it again. Maybe I'll figure it out. Leary off his feet. Over the middle. Incomplete. Another punt for NC State. First time we've seen it targeted for Devin Carter. All momentum courtesy of Storm Duck and UNC. Storm Duck may have had a chance to pick this thing off. Either way, he does a nice job of not committing pass interference, coming around and knocking the ball out. If that ball had been thrown to the inside, I do think he picks it off, but it's on the outside of the receiver, bats it down. These outside corners have been excellent tonight. Storm Duck, Tony Grimes, Kyler McMichael. Wolfpack offense has just hit the skids here. So Trenton Gill to punt. The dangerous Josh Downs set at the 30-yard line movement.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 26. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Devon Betty. Guilty party.
And look, this UNC punt return team was flinching, but none of them ever got into the neutral zone, which is why you get the false start on NC State.
Roddy, North Carolina State jumped out to a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. They haven't scored since. So again, down set at his 35-yard line. Gill doing everything he can to not get Downs involved. Successfully does it. Ball bounces out at the 41-yard line. 37-yard punt. Just what I need a day after Thanksgiving. More deep-fried death. Give it to me. Good football.
8:37 to go, third quarter.
The beauty of the sport of college football is rivalry weekend. When you stand across from a team you just don't like and you're not afraid to admit it. We got a classic brewing here in Raleigh, North Carolina. 17-14 Tar Heels. The game summary in a word, weird. But it's been fun.
NC State's blocked 2 punts. One of them they recovered for a touchdown. The other one ended up at a UNC first down.
Matt Berry, Roddy Jones, Tiff Blackman. Howell does a good job escaping the pressure. Stiff arms another defender. There goes Sam Howell down the sidelines. And I'm going to count a walk out of bounds as a slide, Roddy Jones. Drake Thomas forced him out, gain of 24.
Wait, he made a business decision at the end of it.
He did.
But watch the strength. You talk about strength through your core, and that's the ability to avoid some of these tackles, the arm tackles, not getting pulled down. Drake Thomas, one of the best tacklers in the entire conference. And then Joshua Pierre-Louis eventually escorts him out.
That's British Brooks again, who's had a nice night. Tackled immediately by Derek Pitts.
Sam Howell's legs, you saw it on the last touchdown. Neither of those 2 runs were clean runs. Both of them, he has to use footwork to maneuver out of it. Both of them, some strength to get a tackler off of them. Both of them massive plays for this offense.
I don't think Sam Howell does anything clean.
That's a good point.
He lowers his shoulder, ignites his teammates, much to the chagrin of his coaches. Say slide, he just laughs at him. And he's got his team on his back tonight. Howell with time, over the middle, caught. It's Antoine Green. And what you're seeing now, too, Roddy, on some passes, we have an injured player on the field, and that's 99, Daniel Joseph. Howell's getting a little bit of time to make some reads.
He is. That one, Antoine Green actually slipped. Fortunate to still complete that pass.
All right, so an injured Wolfpack defender. This one, Daniel Joseph, already out 7 starters. We'll check on him and come back. Now to our top story. This couple, look at how angry she is at him, because she's clearly an NC State fan and he's clearly a Carolina fan.
She's so disappointed.
Oh, she spotted the camera.
Feels like a lot of Wolfpack fans are feeling right now.
Once you pucker the lips, camera's coming out. First down, North Carolina. British Brooks spins off the outside. Can British Brooks get the corner? The answer is yes. There goes British Brooks. Touchdown, Tar Heels, and they mark him out at the 1 and a flag on the play. They threw a flag right when he made the turn.
Holding, offense, number 83. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
And Roddy, that's why. Right when he had an opportunity to get the corner, 83, Justin Olsen called for a hold.
The way he started this run, I'm not sure British Brooks really needed it. The ability to get out of that tackle and then get up the field, and you can see 83 pop into your screen. Hands are inside, but clearly holding the defender. Yeah, you can see that that jersey being tugged. But British Brooks, man, he has taken over that running back position for North Carolina today.
I'm telling you, he has been electric in his opportunity. So 1st and 9, spot of the foul, Ty Chandler back. Ball at the 22, designed run for Howell. He takes it up the middle. He just, and I mean this affectionately, he just doesn't care.
Well,
he is so physical with how he runs the ball.
It's funny, talking to Phil Longo, he's like, look, Sam always has an excuse of why he doesn't slide. I could have gotten 1 more yard. I could have scored, coach. I could have gotten around and gotten some extras. But this is who he is. He is a quarterback that's going to put his shoulder down, run the football up the middle, and deliver blows at the end of runs.
So Daniel Joseph back in the game. So is Brooks. 2nd and 4.
Have not really been able to find Downs down the field in this game. It's been mostly slip screens.
And during this comeback, Downs has actually been quiet. Howell going to take a shot at the end zone. Goes up. Caught. Touchdown, Tar Heels. Justin Olsen, who just got flagged for the holding, comes back, catches it, gets 6, 17 yards. And what about this onslaught out of Carolina?
Now 23 points straight for Carolina. Justin Olsen, that only his 5th catch of the season. A guy who wasn't starting to start the year has come out, done the dirty work, blocked on the outside, run guys off. Gets a little bit of redemption for the holding call, going on top of the defender and coming down with the touchdown catch.
An unbelievable turnaround out of North Carolina. Extra point attempt is good. 5 plays, 59 yards, and a one-on-one touchdown for Justin Olsen.
Well, first you have to be impressed with the throw by Sam Howell. It's perfectly placed right on the head of the defender, and Justin Olsen skies up, picks it off the head of Shaheem Battle, and comes down with it for a touchdown. Really the first play we've seen downfield for either team where you've had a receiver go off and make a contested catch like that.
Our couple's back. Look how happy that guy is.
Man, she is still this. Oh, she just got noticed. She was on TV.
If you don't count, she knew she was on TV, trust me. If you don't count the kneel before the half, they've scored 3 consecutive touchdowns.
It's incredible.
This turnaround in Raleigh has been something else. And again, North Carolina's come in winning 2 straight. The road team in this series has won 6 of 8. And everything is on the line for the Wolfpack, now down 24-10. Can Jordan Houston get something going? Houston able to get the ball across the 25-yard line. And a big lineup tomorrow on ACC Network and the ESPN app, noon Eastern. The Huddle Crew's going to have Wake Forest and BC. That's the big one for North Carolina State if they can come back in this one. Watch party breaking down the game as it happens. Got the Commonwealth Cup, Virginia Tech taking on Virginia, 7:30 Eastern. Kenny Pickett, they've already clinched their spot in the ACC championship game. They've got Syracuse. Don't have ACC Network? Get ACCN.com. And we'll see if Zonovan Knight and Leary and the Wolfpack can get something going here. Bam out of the backfield, gets a couple of nice blocks, and that's a good start to this possession. And a gain of 12 brought down by Cedric Gray.
It is a good start, and it's a good call by Tim Beck, getting Zonovan Knight out in space, trying to get something going. Looks like Zonovan Knight just went down.
You don't want to speculate. Can you get cramps in the cold? You're the running back.
Yeah, you can. I think we saw one earlier, to be honest with you. We had an NC State player earlier. It was Daniel Joseph who was getting stretched out after going down. So, sure, you can cramp anytime. It's hydration, Matt. Hydration.
Will you give you pickle juice for that?
I love pickle juice for that, absolutely.
Let's have another look here.
Didn't look like much, but... And the thing is, Bam Knight got up and walked back to the formation. He was taking his position when he just kind of sat down on his bottom in the backfield.
You see him walk off under his own power. Dave Dorn out there to greet him. Certainly a good sign. It'll be Ricky Person here. Resetting for you with NC State. If you're just joining us, Matt Berry, Roddy Jones, Tiff Blackman. This is a must for NC State. They have to win tonight. Hope Wake loses tomorrow to capture the ACC Atlantic, make their first ever ACC championship game appearance. Also trying to go unbeaten at home for the first time since 1986. So much for the Wolfpack in this great rivalry between State and UNC. That is Person. And a good job on first down to cut back to the middle of the field. Cedric Gray on the tackle and a gain of 5. And we had talked about this offense kind of getting stuck in the mud. Look at this drive chart, Roddy, with what we've seen out of NC State since they scored that touchdown early in the first quarter.
Yeah, you had the long missed field goal, but really other than that, it's been either 3 or 6 plays and out. The fumble being the big one. That one came at the beginning of the second half, and Carolina was able to capitalize on it with the touchdown to put them ahead. But NC State had so much success running the football early, with Ricky Person primarily. They have not been able to do that, and then pressure on Devin Leary has gotten him off the field.
So Knight back in the game. That's a good sign for the Wolfpack. Obviously, it was bothering him, is all good, and a nice run out of Bam to get the first down. Tamon Fox on the tackle, and we talked about it last possession. Tim Beck seemed to abandon the run a little bit. Now you've got a couple of 5-yard runs to move the chains, get that whole thing back in rhythm.
Exactly, and you just want to a couple of things. You want to give your offense some positive plays to string together to get some confidence. Give your defense a little bit of a blow, but then you're setting it up, setting up the play action downfield.
Knight still in the backfield. Ball spotted right at the 50. 4:10 and counting here in the third quarter. Again the run. Again Bam off the right side, and again a nice gain on the ground. Miles Murphy missed the tackle, and a gain of 7.
Watch Bam Knight defeat the attempted tackle of Miles Murphy. Miles Murphy's a big fella, 305 pounds. Bam Knight just runs through the arm tackle. He's able to get downfield. It's pretty nice blocking on that right side. Other than that, good for NC State fans. NC State fans have to be encouraged. Bam Knight able to quickly come back in the game after exiting for a hot second.
So 3 consecutive runs that have netted some big yardage. 2nd and 3, whole thing's open. Again the run, again Knight, again a first down. Gray on the tackle, another gain of 5 as we inch towards the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter.
This NC State offense has become content with a 4-yard run. They've gotten more than that on most of these, but grinding it out on the ground, that's where this NC State team has been most effective today. We haven't seen any big plays through the air downfield, with the exception of the little dump pass to Zonovan Knight.
4 runs, 1 pass. Still have not seen anything out of Big Devin Carter. Thayer Thomas in motion. Here comes a trick play. Thomas off the end around, gets around the block. There goes Thayer Thomas. First down NC State. Gray again on the tackle. And Devin Leary throws the key block to spring that thing out.
It looked like UNC had this thing leveraged, but the quarterback getting out front, the more you can do. Watch 13 on the right side of the screen. Goes a little block. It's not a pancake, but it is effective because it gets Thayer Thomas upfield for a first down.
That was Leary versus Storm Duck. 1-0 Leary.
Yep.
Fake toss. Leary pressured and brought down by the Tar Heels. That's Chris Collins on the sack. And that stymies the momentum and a loss of 5.
They were looking for Dylan Parham up the seam off the little play action toss. Trying to get that action, get the defense to over pursue, and then slip the tight end up the seam. And Carolina just covers it well downfield. 28 up the seam is who they're looking for. And Devin Leary not able to find him, gets sacked again. And how many times have we said that after the first few drives? Devin Leary going down because this UNC defensive line gets pressure. 4
wide receivers now for the Wolfpack. 4 sacks for the Tar Heels. Quick throw outside. There's a Mezzi. Rebecca Mezzi gets 6. Gemmel brings him down.
Not only Mezzi's 3rd catch of the game, certainly going to want him more involved.
Under a minute in the third quarter.
Well, this drive is eating a lot of clock. NC State only able to convert 1 third down so far. That one was to Trent Penix. He's Not on the field right now.
5:15 and counting on this drive. Big 3rd down and 9. Leary has time, climbs the pocket, throws and caught. That's Thomas. Here goes Thayer Thomas. Touchdown, Wolfpack. 26 yards. And after being asleep since the first quarter, NC State marches down the field. Zonovan Knight picked up the blitz. And if you even thought about going anywhere, don't. We are an extra point away from a 24-21 game. 9 plays, 73 yards. Extra point attempt is good. And with that extra point attempt, Christopher Dunn has set the record for 168 consecutive makes.
It's a nice job by Devin Leary moving up in the pocket. He gets an excellent block. And then it's a bad angle on the back end by Cameron Kelly. Some really poor effort by UNC as he got downfield towards the end zone. And then he does the jump man getting in the end zone. Did Thayer Thomas.
I love that's rivalry stuff right there.
That is absolute rivalry stuff.
Do that jump man logo.
You got to give credit, though, to Bam Knight in the backfield. You mentioned the pickup of the blitz. Excellent job of taking Cedric Gray's blitz, taking the sting out of it. May have gotten away with a little bit of a hold. Wasn't called. Devin Leary moves up. NC State gets a touchdown.
So NC State scores their first point since the first quarter. Josh Hood deep to receive. He fair catches it. Ty Chandler the fair catch. That ball's going to be spotted at the 25-yard line. Little Monday Night Football must win for Russell Wilson, former NC State quarterback, and the Seahawks, as they travel to Washington, where the football team has won 2 straight. To get back in the playoff on 8 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app, Monday Night Countdown kicks off at 6 o'clock. I am not going to engage in the debate about Russell Wilson and where he played quarterback. All I know is I saw a video of Russell Wilson playing quarterback at NC State.
He absolutely did.
So,
tore us up on a Saturday in 2010.
Bucky Badger, I love you. He also played football here. British Brooks on the field for Carolina, and that momentum has turned over to the defense. It's getting loud here at Carter Finley Stadium, and a loss of 1. Devin Van and Drake Thomas combined for the tackle. And North Carolina is going to be content taking this thing to the 4th quarter.
I would be too, especially after a first drive where it looked a lot like it did, or the first play where it looked like a lot like it did early. NC State playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage. We're going to tackle for loss.
This game has had so many twists, turns, ups and downs. We've played 3 quarters. Here's what's at stake. Perhaps a spot in the ACC championship for NC State. Bragging rights for North Carolina. Let's jump our way to the 4th quarter here on ESPN. We are set up for a 4th quarter. North Carolina up 24-21 on NC State. 2nd and 11 Tar Heels. Howell looking to keep it. Sam Howell has a crease, loses his footing. And there's a flag on the play. Jakeem Harris came in and made the hit. And you could see right when Howell took the hit, looked like he winced in pain.
Are you going to call targeting here?
Personal foul, targeting, defense, number 6, 15-yard penalty. That play is under further review.
So the call right now is targeting. They'll look at it. Harris, the guilty party. Roddy, have another look at this. Tell me what you think.
All right, so Sam Howell is a runner here. Jakeem Harris does lower the head and look like contact with the crown of the helmet. That's what we'd be looking for here. Because as a runner, Sam Howell's lowering his shoulder, so I don't think he's not protected under the defenseless player portion of this, which means you'd have to have forcible contact with the crown of the helmet.
But it looks as if Harris was also dipping his right shoulder.
Correct. And
as Howell was dipping down.
I think the shoulder is what actually hits. I don't see the contact with the crown of the helmet. So I would imagine this is going to be overturned. I don't think this is targeting. Because again, Sam Howell, though he is a quarterback, is a runner in this situation. He's not protected under the defenseless player portion of this because he's not sliding. He's going down, lowering his head just as much as Jakeem Harris is.
It looks to me,
After further review, there is no foul for targeting.
okay, good call by the officials there. It's the second time Harrison had a look at it.
Yeah, Jakeem Harris. I would like a heart rate monitor on Jakeem Harris during these targeting reviews, because I would imagine every defensive player has to be nervous.
Because it was clear on that one. They were both turning their shoulders at the same time.
And look, real time, I can see how you throw that flag. The head's down, you see a high hit. I can see why you throw the flag. Good job by the officials of getting it right.
3rd and 6. They give to British Brooks, who has room. British Brooks has been amazing for North Carolina tonight. That was Harris on the tackle and a gain of 21.
Completely untouched. You see the blitz from NC State takes everybody out of the middle, and British Brooks is able to gash him.
Had 99 yards coming into this game for the entire season, has 108 tonight.
Hey, rivalry games are where legends are made.
Howell fakes, backside pressure, ball comes out. Daniel Joseph forced the fumble. Joshua Azudu, right place, right time, saves the possession for Carolina.
Joshua Azudu is actually the one that gets beat on this. He's on the left side of your screen. Normally the left guard. Watch Daniel Joseph. He does a nice job of just continuing to work. You run the hump, you get around to the quarterback. Sam Howell's got to have that timer in his head go off. He hasn't had that much time all night.
So loss of 6. 2nd and 16. The give to Brooks again, one-on-one. And a gain of 7. Devon Betty brings him down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long for this NC State defense.
Well, UNC, with pressure coming, decides to hand it off. And how about that collision? British Brooks finishing the run.
So 3rd and 11. North Carolina scored touchdowns on 3 consecutive possessions.
Josh Downs been very silent here in the second half.
Howell forced to step out, and he's brought down again. 5th sack of the night for the Wolfpack. Vi Jones gets that one. And a loss of 4 and a punt for Carolina.
Vi Jones, one of those guys that's had to step up with the injuries to Peyton Wilson, to Isaiah Moore, the shuffling that's gone on. Vi Jones has allowed them to have a long, explosive athlete on the field at all times. He's been a great pass rusher for him off the edge. He gets the sack.
Also had the block punt earlier of Ben Kiernan, who's had 2 hit tonight. Thayer Thomas deep to receive. Gets that one off clean. Thomas can run into it. Has space. Thayer Thomas up the middle, and a nice return to the 40. Punt of 32, return of 20. Kiernan made the tackle. So 5 sacks for the Wolfpack defense. Here comes Devin Leary with the ball, down 3 in the 4th quarter. If tomorrow's any indication of tonight, or flip that, if tonight's any indication, tomorrow's going to be fun. Full weekend college football slate, Thanksgiving weekend, for my money, the best football of the year. 24-21 North Carolina on top here, just under 12 in the 4th quarter. We have a Christmas miracle.
Look at that, they made up.
They've made up for now. Best starting field position for North Carolina State tonight. and Persons dropped for no gain.
So NC State's last drive, the success really came on the ground. Able to drive down the length of the field. Thayer Thomas obviously completed it, but most of it was done running behind that big offensive line. Devin Leary, neither Devin Leary nor Sam Howell really had monster games to the air at all. Both of them under 200 yards. Leary at 158, Howell at 105.
Leary, the 2 touchdown passes, now 1 shy of tying Phillip Rivers' school record for 34 in a season. Play clock under 10. That's a give to Person off the left side. Back to that running game and a gain of 5. Jabari Ritchie and Giovanni Biggers on the tackles.
Get you to a 3rd and manageable. Well, honestly, the run game's still available to you. Ran there behind that big left side of that offensive line, but they have so much more success. And now, Trent Penix was pretty fired up, waiting for the call to come in.
So got 20 seconds on the play clock.
Come on, let's go.
That's Thomas in motion. Person out of the backfield. Leary, plenty of time. Clean pocket and incomplete. That intended for Emeka Emezie. Tony Grimes on the coverage.
These corners have basically erased the outside receivers for NC State. Let's get a look at this. There was a lot of contact at the top. I'd say Tony Grimes was a little handsy. He doesn't turn Emeka Emezie with that arm on his hip. I actually think it's a good no call there.
11:45.
So good job by the Tar Heels to force the punt. Trenton Gill to punt. Josh Downs, that punt is tipped. That punt was tipped by the North Carolina special teams, and they're going to have the ball at the 29-yard line. Alex Nobles able to get his hand on it and a punt to 26. That is the 3rd punt we've seen tipped tonight.
It's been the most exciting plays all day.
The block punt, I'm with you. Plenty of time left for more excitement here in the 4th quarter.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram Trucks, J.D. Power's #1 brand in new vehicle quality.
Last time NC State won the ACC Championship, 1979. They need to get the win tonight and get a Wake Forest loss to Boston College tomorrow to make their first ever appearance in the ACC Championship game. Down 24-21, 10-16 left here in the 4th quarter. Ty Chandler back in the game for the Tar Heels. And it's Chandler on 1st down. Ty Chandler has space. He avoided a tackle right in the middle of the defense and takes it 34 yards and an injured player on the field for NC State.
The way the blur went by Ty Chandler, I'm pretty sure it was Tanner Ingle that missed him in the hole. Just slips the tackle, the rest of the blocks are there, and Ty Chandler explodes through.
Story of the night, we've talked about it numerous times, and the Wolfpack dealing with injuries on defense. They're going to take a look at the injured player. We're going to step aside for just a minute. Let's go into the playbook, brought to you by Hotels.com.
Now, watch the right side of UNC on this play, this last play. Marcus McKeithen, 73, the right guard, and Jordan Tucker, the right tackle. It's an inside zone play. You're going to see McKeithen take a step inside. When the nose tackle disappears, he stays on, and they move Davin Van to the other side of the ball, the line of scrimmage. You've got McKeithen there. You got Tucker there. Tucker comes off, gets a nice block on Drake Thomas. Ty Chandler sets up Tanner Ingle, and it's a big game.
British Brooks back in the ball game. Play fake for Howell. Takes a shot downfield. A lot of contact, no flag. Chris Ingram on the coverage. That's going to fall incomplete.
Chris Ingram was begging for offensive pass interference. I guess with that grab at the end, I don't know. I think it was contact on both sides. Good no call.
Question I have is, where's Josh Downs been?
That's a great
We haven't seen him catch a ball since midway through the second quarter. Downs just 5 receptions, 33 yards.
Look, Phil Longo, we had him in the Pitt game the week after they played Wake Forest, where he only had 4 catches, said that would never happen again. You got to get him the ball.
Sam Howell keeps it himself. The middle of the field opens up for Sam Howell, who has done the damage with his feet in the second half. Daniel Joseph brings him down in a gain of 20. Joshua Azudu, key block.
And with all of these injuries on the NC State defense, this is more missed tackles than I've seen out of them in a few weeks. This is one of the best tackling defenses in the ACC, and Sam Howell's just able to make people miss. You got to give a lot of credit to number 7, his ability to evade and create big plays.
That's British Brooks, the former walk-on, has been so good tonight. He stood up by the North Carolina defense. They let that play before the whistle. Van and Harris combine on the tackle. So a gain of 5. Brooks now 12 rushes, 120 yards. The story we've been telling about him, and you mentioned it, Roddy, in a rivalry game when your number's called, he's getting carries tonight because DJ Jones is out. And the walk-on has made every bit of the opportunity.
Certainly has. This offensive line has helped with that. Really, outside of the first few drives, they've been able to open up some plays in the run game.
Ball at the 11. Howell the fake. Gets hit. Incomplete. Intended for Antoine Green. Pierre Lewis on the quarterback pressure. Third down.
Tony Gibson dialed up a 0 pressure. You had blitzers coming from both edges. Sam Howell fortunate to get this away. He sees Pierre Lewis coming and just sails it over the head of his receiver to get the ball off. Honestly, Matt, if I'm Tony Gibson, I'm not sure you don't do that again. Heat up the pocket. The only reason that you wouldn't is quarterback draw has been so big for UNC in these situations.
Tar Heels just 2 of 10 on third down tonight. This 3rd and 5. Howell out of the backfield, has Downs. There's Josh Downs, and a big first down, UNC. Tanner Ingle forces him out, and a gain of 7.
Looked like they were looking for Ty Chandler on a little seam route out of the backfield. Comes off that quick, dumps it out to Downs in the open field, and I love that matchup. You see him, that's the rivalry right there. Downs, whose dad played at NC State, talking some trash to Tanner Ingle after picking up that first down.
And with that reception, Downs ties Ryan Switzer for most reception in a season by a UNC player. Comes at a big time. Now 1st and goal. Brooks in the backfield. Howell the fake. Lofts it to the end zone. Has Green, and it's incomplete. Second time we've seen Antoine Green drop one in the end zone. Shaheem Battle on the coverage.
Honestly, real time, I thought this Shy Battle may have gotten there a little bit early. This ball's thrown up in the air. Yeah, I don't know how that's not pass interference. That's a flag all day. Shaheem Battle gets there early on the back of Green. Yes, he gets his hands around and bats it down. That one should have been called.
Yeah, that is a missed no call that goes in the Wolfpack's favor. 2nd and goal now. Brooks still in the backfield. Howell gonna loft one up to the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking at Green again, and it was Battle again.
I'm not sure you can throw this ball any better with any better timing. Antoine Green, you need the strong hands to bring this down. They go with the condensed formation, give them a lot of room to the outside. Ball's in your hand, you gotta bring it in the rivalry game. On the other side, Shaheem Battle punches it out, goes straight for the football. It's a nice play on the defense, but if you're on offense, man, that ball's in your hand in the end zone, gotta come down with it.
So can NC State get a stop? Or can North Carolina add to their lead? Trips to the bottom of the screen. Empty backfield for Howell. Slip screen. It is nearly intercepted. Jakeen Harris nearly picked that off, and Roddy, he'd have gone untouched, 95 yards for the score.
He absolutely would have. You and I talked a couple of series ago that we have not seen that play a lot. Well, Jakeen Harris was ready for it when it came.
That slip screen has been muddy all night long.
Yes, it has been, and this one as muddy as it could be. Mack Brown is thinking about, okay, now he's sending the field goal unit on the field.
And that thing was telegraphed, and you could tell they knew it was coming.
Yeah. I like the decision to kick it here, too. It's 4th and goal from the 4-yard line.
Play clock down to 2. North Carolina took their time to think about it.
Timeout. North Carolina. 30 seconds.
Roddy, we keep going back to that Pitt game a couple of weeks ago because Mack was making some decisions in that one early in the second half. He told Arcady George, we're going to go down, we're going to score, we're going to go for 2. That ended up getting him at the end of the game. This is a big decision here. You call the timeout, you take your time to do so. And now Mack has to decide, trot the field goal unit back out there, and potentially go for it on 4th and goal.
I think you're starting to count possessions. NC State had a long drive earlier in the half, so if they were to have another one of those, really only get one more possession. You kick a field goal here, and if NC State were to go down and score a touchdown, you're down by 1, but a field goal then wins it. And so I think that's the reason that you go ahead and kick the field goal, because you're setting yourself later on to win it with the field goal if NC State is indeed able to go score a touchdown.
This is definitely the football call. This isn't the analytics.
Yeah,
What's the book tell you?
Analytics would go with the field goal here too.
You do?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not smart enough to go through the analytics in my head right now.
That's fair enough. Late on a Friday night, 21-yard field goal attempt. Grayson Atkins on. This to make it 27-21. Play clock under 10. Kick clean. It is good. Grayson Atkins from 21 yards out. It is now 27-21 North Carolina. We're midway through the 4th quarter, and this thing's just getting good. What is at stake for Devin Leary and the Wolfpack? Pittsburgh is already in ACC Coastal Champs. North Carolina State needs to win this game tonight and get a Wake Forest loss tomorrow, and they will represent the Atlantic in the ACC Championship game against Pitt next week. But a win tonight is a must. It's going to be Jordan Houston on the reception. And Houston's met immediately. Good special teams play there by British Brooks, doing it all over the field. The running back, the walk-on, the special teams player.
Look, when you're a reserve running back, you don't get taken off kickoff team just because you have over 100 yards rushing. Run down there and go make a play, and he absolutely does. Very smart of UNC not to kick it anywhere in the area code of Bam Knight.
British Brooks is working on the coveted Thursday Night Football helmet sticker on a Friday.
Yeah, I love it. So what's the rule for you guys tomorrow? Fridays count for helmet stickers?
For Jesse, Joey, and Matt, college football final, helmet stickers only tomorrow.
Oh, come on.
Empty backfield for Leary. Big possession for the Wolfpack, and he's brought down immediately. Tamon Fox, loss of 5. 5 sacks tonight by that Tar Heel defense.
Not sure why you go away from the run if you're NC State on 1st down, but Tamon Fox working against Ike Ekwonu. Potential 1st-round pick, not able to keep the big graduate student from getting in the backfield. Fox doing a nice job getting the hands off, turning the corner and sacking Devin Leary.
So now 2nd and 15. Thayer Thomas in motion. They're going to try a screen to Thomas. They're going to do the play that North Carolina keeps trying to run with Downs. Vahasek on the tackle. Just a short gain of 3. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 12.
When you drop what you want in a nose tackle, you drop Ray Vahasek. Getting out there on the screen, being able to haul in Thayer Thomas. This is a massive play. It feels like a massive play in this ball game, because if you give the ball back to UNC, they're going to shorten the game, try and run the football.
Roddy, I'm just not sure why you abandon the run that's been working for him the past couple of possessions.
I agree with you. It looks like they're going to get one-on-one to the bottom, though.
And they're right there on Bam Knight. That's 33 Cedric Gray, who's had himself a ball game. Those 3 play calls get North Carolina State off the field. That's a loss of 2. Tar Heels defense holds, Roddy. They've played well pretty much this entire game, save for the 1st quarter.
They have, and I think NC State bailed them out a little bit. They did not run the football at all on that drive. Watch the diagnosis of Cedric Gray. He sees the screen coming, slips the blocker, and is able to make the play in the backfield. But NC State, after having so much success running the football in the second half, goes away from it. 3 straight passes and a punt.
Gill to punt to Josh Downs. Downs going to be able to return it. Tries to cut outside. NC State does a good job corralling Downs on the punt return. 41-yard punt, 7-yard return. There's a flag on the play. Our tied player spotlight.
Return team, number 16. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
All right, so we'll let the holding call get called. Our tied player spotlight, British Brooks, the walk-on, who's had himself a night. 12 carries, 120 yards, just made the special teams tackle. We'll give him his proper due here. Again, coming into the game, 99 yards, Rod.
Yeah, and coming into the game was 3rd on the depth chart. But DJ Jones not able to go, moves up, gets his opportunity, has his number called. And this is one of those games where you always remember what you did against your rival. 12 for 120 so far, and I would imagine he's going to get a couple of chances on this drive as well.
So setting the scene here, 5:28 left. North Carolina up 27-21. 2 timeouts for the Tar Heels. Wolfpack have all 3. And there's Brooks off the right side. Tackled by Engel, a small gain of 2.
Keep the ball on the ground. If you're UNC, draining all the clock you can. And again, we've talked about Sam Howell running the football over and over. We have not seen them go 5 wide and do that draw, but quarterback run here I think is going to be a big part of it. Zone read, quarterback power, getting an extra blocker in the run scheme for Sam Howell.
Tar Heels have won 2 straight in this rivalry. Haven't won 3 in a row since 04 to 06. Play clock down to 3. Howell's going to keep it himself after a fake to Brooks, and Sam Howell has yardage, and he slid. Devon Betty, the Pitts bring him down at a gain of 10 and a first down for UNC.
Well, it's just a zone read, and Devon Betty, number 26, looks like he has the quarterback, just doesn't keep leverage, and the speed of Howell to get around the outside, then the slide to stay in bounds. In these situations, the clock doesn't stay stopped after you go out of bounds until we're down under the 2-minute mark, so wise of him to stay in bounds, but not completely necessary. I like where his head's at.
And Phil Longo, it's all about the clock now. That play clock's getting down to 5:43 before they snap it every time. And Howell's going to call the same ball play again, and it's going to be the exact same result for Sam Howell in North Carolina. That was the exact same play. This one went for 24 yards.
And the exact same guy has the quarterback. It's Devon Betty once again, and he gets caught inside. Watch 26, goes with the blow inside. Sam Howell's able to get it to the corner once again. This one for a massive gain, and now if you're UNC, not only are you thinking of slowing it down, but hey, we can put points on the board here. Game's over.
88 rushing yards for Howell, 2 touchdowns, 16 carries.
Question then becomes for Dave Dorn, when do you start using your timeouts? I think you're good right now, but if it gets down under 3 minutes, you got to start thinking about it.
Brooks keeps his feet and a gain of 2.
Number 24, British Brooks, carry.
And you'd mentioned the timeout game. Dorn's going to call his first.
First timeout.
Roddy, do you like college football?
Love college football, man. Do you have any more of it this weekend?
Well, no, I was going to promo college basketball. Do you like college basketball?
Love college
Then
basketball.
you're going to love what's coming up tonight, 10:30 Eastern. Chad Holmgren, you seen this kid play for Gonzaga?
Yeah, I have.
Paolo Banchero, another some star freshman tonight. Gonzaga and Duke.
I'll tell you what.
Following us, we are painting a happy little football picture here. We're going to paint some happy little basketball, and that's coming up tonight after us, 10:30 Eastern on ESPN.
I see what you're doing. The painting.
Biggest question is Kevin Connors, the studio host for the football and the basketball.
Yeah, well, if he is, he's working like you'll work tomorrow. But Chet Holmgren, Paolo Banchero, 1-2 overall come the NBA draft.
My guy Chet needs to eat something like this. Hopefully he had a big day at the table yesterday. He's a hell of a player. He's fun to watch.
The thing that I've asked when Duke plays late is I thought the banks closed at 5, but I think tonight the Banchero is going to be open.
That is $1.
Is it? I thought it was pretty good.
Oh, that's, you know what? That's 2 because you made $1 joke with a bank. Back to the football. Try to get you there on time.
Look, if you're NC State, the one thing you cannot allow is Sam Howell to pull the ball again and get a big gain.
2nd and 8. He did pull it down. Sam Howell is so hard to bring down. So Dave Dorn's going to yank through all of his timeouts now.
Second timeout. North Carolina State.
As expected, if this is it for Sam Howell, if this is it for his North Carolina career. Mack Brown has told us on numerous occasions the player put the program ahead of where it was because of the national attention he got.
Yep.
Started his college career as a true freshman, flipped from Florida State. This was the player Mack Brown wanted to bring in to build the foundation of this program. He goes in and beats South Carolina in the first game of his career. And now he could literally put his team on his back tonight and lead them out of here with a 3rd consecutive victory over the Wolfpack.
And you've seen it over and over on the ground this season. You have to replace the production of Javonte Williams and Michael Carter. Well, Ty Chandler's done a nice job, but somebody else had to step up on the ground, and it's been Sam Howell. The toughness that he's shown, the agility, the power, the strength, we've seen it all year. This dude has been an absolute warrior at the quarterback position. I mean, we saw him at the end of that Pitt game, banged up, bloodied. He's got Band-Aids all over his arms, came in with a bum shoulder, hasn't mattered. This is the biggest 3rd down of the game.
Biggest 3rd down for Tony Gibson's unit tonight. 3rd and 3. 1 timeout remaining. Here comes the pressure off the side, and they get Brooks. Tanner Ingle came off the edge, and it's no gain.
Well, they are selling out to stop this run. Tanner Ingle, as you can see, just bends it. He has no other idea other than stopping this play in the backfield. And I like Dave Dorn's decision here. Save your timeout.
So the offense remains on the field. They're going to let that play clock play all the way down. Mack Brown waiting to bang his first timeout.
So from here,
2nd timeout rather.
It'd be about a 50-yard field goal. Do you dare attempt it? You've had 2 punts blocked today.
North Carolina.
So the ball spotted at the 33. You take 7 for the spot. You add 10 for the end zone. That's 50 yards.
Grayson Atkins has hit a 51-yarder this year. He's 1 for 4 from 50+. The other decision that you make.
We'll throw the scenarios out there. Punt is a great point because of the blocks.
Right.
Field goal, 50-yard to ask out of a college kicker's a lot.
Yep.
Do you play for the win and go for it?
I don't think you go for it here. I don't think you go for it. But this is why you may be a little nervous punting the football. This on the first drive of the game. Jordan Houston coming off the edge. C.J. Riley recovers it for a touchdown once again. And then this one, they block it. And you have Garrett Walston actually pick it up and get a first down. I think if you were to attempt the field goal here, you risk giving them great field position. They are trotting out, looks like they're trotting out Grayson Atkins to attempt a 50-yarder. But again, if you miss this, you give NC State really good field position.
Here's the danger with a 50-yard field goal. Ball comes out lower.
No trajectory.
Susceptible to a block. 50-yarder for Grayson Atkins.
Basically telling your kicker, go out and seal the game for us.
Drew Little to snap. Ben Kiernan to hold.
Middle of the field.
Kick is on the way. It is good. Grayson Atkins made a 50-yard field goal by 50 and a half. What a kick. Unbelievable kick out of at Grayson Atkins. Look at Mac Brown. Well, he's incensed because they got a penalty.
Sideline warning. North Carolina, this is their first.
Doesn't cost him yardage, but what, as you said, what a kick by Grayson Atkins. 1 for 4 on the season from 50 plus. This is the biggest kick of the year, maybe the biggest kick of his career. And the transfer from Furman, as long as it goes far enough to get over the crossbar, it is good, and he absolutely drills it. And it is a big uphill climb for NC State at this point.
Sam Howell loves it.
How could you not? He was so big on that drive. Couple of pulls on the zone read, big plays downfield.
What guts by Mac Brown.
Yeah, agreed. Because, you know, we're up here debating it. I actually would have been a fan of punting it, playing it safe, punting it down the field, but Mac Brown, with the belief in his kicker, absolutely drills it.
The season high 292 rushing yards for the Tar Heels have gotten them to this point. 93 out of Sam Howell in a 50-yard field goal by Atkins to give North Carolina a 9-point lead. 2:12 left in this game. And it's going to be Houston again. They want nothing to do with Bam Knight. Houston's going to take it off the right side. Houston has some space. Houston gives North Carolina State great field position. Kyler McMichael brings him down in a return for 36. So NC State down 9, 1 timeout left, and here was Mac Brown watching the kick.
Fired up, as that whole sideline was. You heard the sideline warning. Half the team was on the field. He's telling people, get off the field, get off the field. You're going to get us a penalty. But now it's up to his defense. It's a long way back. NC State's got to score, get an onside kick, then score again.
Tar Heels have won the last 2 in this series. Leary off his feet, and he's brought down again. Bahasik the sack. That is the 6th sack of the night for the Tar Heels defense.
Meant so much to this team. Wraps around, is able to get the sack, and NC State's going to have to go fast. We'll see him wrap around the tackle and get to Devin Leary.
Leary's got to take a shot, has a player wide open. NC State is going to score. Amezi, 64 yards. We're not done yet in Raleigh. They needed a quick answer, and they got it. And with that touchdown pass, Leary ties Phillip Rivers for most touchdown passes by an NC State quarterback in a season.
Absolutely unbelievable. Something that's plagued UNC at times this year. Blown coverages, creeps in at the wrong moment. Mecca Mezzi wide open running down the sideline.
So Christopher Dunn on for the extra point. It is 30-28.
Let's take a look at how this happened. Storm Duck is on Emeka Emezi to the top. You're either expecting a safety over the top. It looks like the safety gets caught inside, and Emeka Emezi wide open down the sideline. So a miscommunication. Either Cameron Kelly, the safety, is supposed to be over the top of Emezi, or Tony Grimes is supposed to carry him down the field. To me, it looked like that was the safety's job to get over there. And now NC State, an onside kick for making this real interesting, Matt.
What a college football game we've had tonight. NC State playing for their ACC title hopes. North Carolina playing to get to 7-5 on the year. Both teams playing for that interstate respect. And Emeka Emezi makes this thing 30-28, minute 35 left. 1 timeout remaining for both teams. Tar Heels with the hands team. State set for the onside kick. It looks as if NC State recovered. NC State has it. Christopher Dunn. Christopher Dunn gets in there, waited for the 10 yards for the North Carolina player.
Unbelievable once again. Christopher Dunn dribbles it up the middle, and an NC State player has a shot at it. Two of them do. They both let the ball go through because it's not going 10 yards. Well, that was Trey Morrison, number 4, who has the first shot and either decides that he doesn't want to field it. When you commit, you got to go for it. But Christopher Dunn with the perfect kick. Mr. Johnny on the spot, and he's given this team life.
One timeout remaining for the Wolfpack and the football, and a chance to win it down 2.
Field goal wins it.
Ball spotted at the 46. Person in the backfield. It's be a false start on NC State.
False start. Offense, number 86. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Really doesn't change much if you're NC State. Emeka Mezi is fired up, but it doesn't really matter because you got to get in field goal range, and this is plenty of time. I mean, minute 33, one timeout. You can use the middle of the field.
It is all there for Dave Dorn and his team. Leary to throw. Overshoots the intended receiver. Intended for a Mezi. Brings up second down.
Say it all the time in these situations, but it bears repeating. Can't take a sack here. You want to save that timeout. Doesn't absolutely kill you, but it makes your job a lot harder with the operation. We saw it earlier today in a game. Kansas State taking a sack, having to use that timeout, not able to get anything going after that.
More movement, both parties pointing at each other, blaming each other.
He's going to be on the defense.
They're going to get that yardage back.
Offside. Defense, number 12. Defender jumping in the neutral zone, calls the offensive play of the move. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So penalty yardage comes back.
Correction, second down.
All things equal, 2nd and 10.
No harm, no foul, right?
Leary to the outside. No flag.
I think you're going to get a flag on Devin Leary.
For late hit?
No, I guess it looked like the hit was on time, maybe targeted.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense, number 51. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That is huge. We were paying attention to the no call on Devin Carter, and while that was going on, Vahasic gets a personal foul on Leary.
I don't really see the personal foul there. I guess putting his weight on the court. It didn't look like he drove the quarterback into the ground. I think that's a bad call at this time of the game. That hit's not all that late. It's in the strike zone. He doesn't land on him.
Here comes the pressure to Leary. Tried to get it to Person. It was Trey Morrison coming untouched on the blitz. It's going to fall incomplete to bring up a second down.
What a massive call in this game. Let's take a look at it again. Look, Leary's got the ball. The hit's right there, and Vahasic doesn't really fall on top of him. I mean, half his weight's off of him. I disagree with that call, especially in this scenario in the football game.
Leary's going to take a shot, gets hit as he throws, and that's going to be a flag. It was intended for Devin Carter's storm duck on the coverage. And Roddy Jones, these would be 2 debilitating penalties for the Tar Heels.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. 15-yard penalty. First down.
There's no arguing about this one. I mean, it's clear. You're going to see to the bottom of the screen. You've got Storm Duck on Devin Carter. Duck is beat and just grabs Carter. You don't want to get beat deep again. That ball's way out of bounds, though. I mean, this UNC defense is coming apart at the most crucial time in the game.
And it's 2 15-yard penalties on this drive. Person in the backfield.
Just run the football here.
They're going to throw it. Leary's going to take a shot. Has a receiver. It is caught. Touchdown, NC State. Emeka Emezi from 24 yards out. And the North Carolina State Wolfpack have come back to take the lead with 1:09 left in the game. One of the more incredible finishes to a football game I've seen in quite some time.
It's absolutely unbelievable. And NC State, you're going to go for 2 here to go up by 6. But look, this is a ball that should be intercepted by the defender. I mean, Cameron Kelly's right there. Emeka Mezi goes over the top and is able to reel it in. But Cameron Kelly's there. You go, and instead of getting in a jumping contest with Emeka Mezi, cut in front of him, pick the ball off. But credit to Mezi, who's been quiet for most of the game. We talked about the fact they haven't gone downfield to them a lot. But when his number was called, Devin Leary had faith in number 86, and it was rewarded.
I want you to consider this. North Carolina went up 9 with 2:12 left in the game. NC State has scored twice in 26 seconds.
Look, UNC's going to get the ball back with around a minute 9 if there's no return, probably around a minute, 1 timeout, needing a touchdown. But unbelievable, the fight of this NC State team. But on the other side, I mean, UNC's come unglued. You turn a guy scot-free down the sideline for a touchdown. Then you don't recover an onside kick when you had a perfect opportunity. 2 15-yard penalties, one a little more sure than the other, but UNC's come unglued.
You mentioned Emezi. We were talking about the slow start for the star receivers tonight. 5 receptions, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. And with that touchdown pass, Phillip Rivers, most touchdown passes by an NC State quarterback in history. Leary passes Phillip Rivers with 34.
These 2-point situations, when they've needed it, they have not been afraid to go to Emeka Mezi on the back shoulder. He's going to be at the top of the screen with Tony Grimes on him.
So the 2-point conversion attempt. Leary to the end zone. That didn't have a shot from the get-go. Falls incomplete. Grimes on the coverage. What an absolute crazy rivalry football game we have. And this one is good between North Carolina and North Carolina State. I can't wait to see what Bedlam's got in store. I dare you to be better than this state of Oklahoma, because state of North Carolina's got a good one. 7:30 Eastern, ABC. Oklahoma State already in the Big 12 championship game. Can Oklahoma perhaps ruin Oklahoma State's bid at a playoff and stay in that themselves? One app, one tap, 7:30 Eastern, ABC.
Now if you're North Carolina, situation, you've got a minute, 9 seconds, 1 timeout. First things first, NC State's got to cover this kick. We've seen crazy things happen today.
That's going to go into the touchback, 25-yard line for Sam Howell and the Tar Heels. Let's check in our studio with Dallin Cuff. Dallin? Dallin, thank you. First things first, back at Carter Finley. Matt Berry, Roddy Jones, Tiff Blackman, 1 timeout left for Sam Howell in North Carolina. They need a touchdown to win. Minute 9 left. Ball spotted at the 25. Howell to throw on first down, middle of the field, wide open. That's Josh Downs on a reception. That's a good start to the drive and a gain of 16.
A little hesitation by Downs, freeing himself up over the middle.
Howell forced out of the pocket, going to take a shot downfield. That's going to fall incomplete. Vi Jones provided the pressure.
Number 25, Jaheim Battle on the coverage.
Good coverage downfield. You've seen what Carolina's opting to do. They've gone 5 wides on each of those 2 snaps, trying to give Sam Howell a clear indication who's coming, who's not. There's no better guess of what the coverage is going to be.
48 seconds left in the game. Empty backfield for Howell. Has plenty of time. He's going to run it and step out of bounds.
Number 7, Sam Howell, receiver.
Daniel Joseph
Out of bounds at the 46-yard
missed the
line.
tackle on Howell and a gain of 5.
Gain of 5.
So again, UNC has not won a game on the road yet this year. NC State undefeated at home.
Trying to go unbeaten at home for the first time since 1986. Again, if the Wolfpack hang on and Wake Forest loses tomorrow, NC State is in the ACC championship.
Most reliable receiver, Josh Downs.
Pressured, escapes it, has a man open, it is caught. There's a flag on the play. That was J.J. Jones who came up with the reception. Let's wait and see what the flag is.
Ineligible receiver, downfield offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. No.
So defensively, we saw the two 15-yard penalties out of the North Carolina defense. That an untimely penalty there with the man downfield.
Yeah, it certainly is. They call Josh Azudu for it. And it happens on the scramble. He's just kind of drifting. I think he got past line of scrimmage. It's a really good throw by Sam Howell.
Backs it up 3rd and 10 for Howell in the heels. Over the middle of the field, has Downs wide open, able to escape a tackle, and Josh Downs is going to get a first down, brought down by Pitts.
NC State only rushing 3, gave Sam Howell a ton of time. Now you're going to clock the football.
1 timeout remaining, 10 seconds left.
So the question is, what can you dial up to get you into a place where you can run one of your regular plays into the end zone, at least as much as you can, so it's not a full-on Hail Mary. You can use the middle of the field because you've got the timeout.
So they've really got a couple of options here. Play the boundary, play the middle, but you got to be quick no matter what you do.
Just can't have a really long play.
Here comes the pressure on Howell. He's going to take a shot. And there's a flag down.
It's going to be a hold against Josh Downs, which at this point in the game is not a bad penalty.
Holding defense, number 24. 10-yard penalty. Results, first down.
Yeah, Derek Pitts. You had Downs trying to run a double move, kind of coming inside and then getting back out, and Derek Pitts just grabs him around the shoulder pads and doesn't let him out. Officials see it, it's a good call. But 5 seconds left. Yeah, Mac Brown's going to call his timeout, and they're going to be tossing it in the end zone.
North Carolina, 30 seconds.
So it's all going to come down to this. We'll get you to the basketball game in just a minute. Duke and Gonzaga set to tip off. We'll get you out there as soon as we go final. It all comes down to this. North Carolina State still alive to play for the ACC championship.
And it all comes down to, can you knock the ball down as a defensive backfield? We've got Devin Carter in the game. He's going to be the deep safety, the receiver in the middle of the field. The thing is, for UNC, you don't really have that big jump ball target.
You don't have the Carter or the Emezi.
Correct. So what you're looking for is a tipped pass, something where you get a ricochet in the end zone, most likely.
Here's the ball game. The throw to the end zone. Players down there. Intercepted. It is over. NC State comes back to win in one of the all-time greats in this series history. Derek Pitts seals the deal for the NC State Wolfpack, who Roddy Jones now get to sit back and watch some college football on Saturday to see if they can go play in their first ever ACC championship.
Down 9 with 2:12 left. The fight of this NC State team, the craziness of this rivalry we see.
Man, I love college football. For Tiff Blackman and Roddy Jones, I'm Matt Berry. Now to college basketball, Duke and Gonzaga.